Hello everybody and a very good evening. Welcome back to Crafters TV. My name's Ben Moseby. Thanks for joining us. It's Friday. Whoop, 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 whoop. Yeah, can I get a whoop whoop?
Whoop whoop.
Yeah, can I get a yeehaw?
Yeehaw.
Hey. We're filming the show tonight in front of a live studio audience. No, we're buzzing because it's Friday. The weekend is almost here. We've had a busy day, and we've certainly got a fantastic weekend lined up for you as well. But today it's been all about the brand new launch, our amazing Nature's Garden Kingfisher collection, which we will be featuring on this era masterclass. However, it is a masterclass all about the various Sara Signature Collections that we've got. And actually, as I have a look underneath me here, we've got a whole host of, not full collections, you'll realise, because the majority, the majority of those collections items have sold out, but we've got selections of collections from Bohemian through to Twas the Night Before Christmas. We have got the vintage butterflies in there, a whole host of different collections. You can check out all of the deals on the website. Some fantastic discounts for you there. If you hit the Shop the Day button, you'll see all of them. And we'll try and bring you as many as we can. Actually, up to 70% off the majority of the bundles that we've got for you this evening. So do check those out. As I've mentioned, we're also going to feature the Kingfisher collection. And as always, we are live and interactive. So feel free to get in touch, say hello, ask any questions. Let us know what you're doing this weekend. What's the grand plan? What you're crafting? Where are you going? Send in your pictures in as well. What are we asking for pictures of, Nicola? Pets. There were some pictures sent in of pets earlier on, so if your picture didn't get shown, fire them in. And just as a highlight so far, something to look forward to, someone has sent in a picture of their dog called Tank. So we'll be looking at those through the show. And also, of course, we will be being inspired by the one and only, for one show only, the lovely Lilly Fletcher. How are you?
I'm very well, thank you. I love that seamless link from people's pets to, oh, Lily's here. It's absolutely seamless. But I certainly am here. I'm so excited for the next 2 hours. We have got a Sara Signature Masterclass. You know, I love my collections, whether it be Nature's Garden, whether it be some of our Sara Signature Collections. So this one is going to be a super fun show, that's for sure. Mix of Christmas and everyday, and of course it did launch earlier today. It's going to sneak in that brand new Nature's Garden Kingfisher as well. So I really hope you can join us for the final 2 hours of the day. It's going to be a corker, that's for sure.
It. And hats off to Lilly as well, because obviously, you know, she spins many plates at the same time. So obviously you've been spinning your plates in the office. And what hour is this of the day now for you?
We've just entered hour 10 of the day, and that's the day in the office. You have to remember as well, 6 o'clock this morning, I was at home, sat in my craft room, getting a little bit of crafting done before I actually journeyed into the office. So yeah, hour 10, 2 more to go, but it's going to be a super 2 hours, that is for certain.
Did you get up on purpose at 6 o'clock in the morning?
I usually get up about that time, yeah.
What is that, your natural wake-up time?
Well, my alarm goes off, then I get up, have my breakfast, do a bit of crafting, then walk into work, 2.5 miles down the road, and I'm here, ready to go.
Wowee. I mean, that is, isn't it? That is dedication. Producer Nicholas going, the rest of us maybe need to take a leaf out of Lily's book. Have you been running today?
No, today's my day off, I have to say. Went last night. The thing is, if I go in the morning before work, I have to go at 5 o'clock. And at this time of year, nah. I'll be out tomorrow morning, I promise, and then it'll be a full day in my craft room. So lots of crafting to come, and lots of crafting tonight as well. We've got hopefully some super inspiring demos coming up, looking at these collections. So like I say, do make sure you join us for the full 2 hours. Yeah, firing those questions as well. We've got Superstar Susie on the socials this evening. Whoop, whoop. Sarah Brown saying, hi again. Yes, I'm back and on Crafters TV time. It's now 5 a.m. here in Melbourne, Australia. I know. You're doing a Lilly. Yeah.
A huge hello and hugs to Lilly and Ben, the whole CTV crew, and all my crafty friends. Hi also to Kim Lusk, who says, whoop, whoop, it's Friday, come on. Yeah, come on, yes, Kim. Gaz is in saying, hello, Ben, Lilly, Susie, and all the amazing CTV crew and all my crafty friends. Yeah, Gaz, here's one for you. I was thinking about you earlier.
Oh, blimey.
No, because I'm sure it was you, apologies if it wasn't, I'm sure you said, and don't worry if you haven't, I'm not putting pressure on you here, I'm sure you said at one point, you know that I did the show with Craig, it was either earlier this week or last week, and you went, oh, I sent Ben a little something.
Where is it?
Yeah, where is it? You said you were going to post me something, and was it you guys? I can't remember. Maybe it didn't get in the... I was just checking, in case you were thinking, oh, I sent Ben that thing, and then he's never said thank you. Well, I haven't received anything. If it was you, and if you have. If it wasn't you and you haven't, apologies. But someone definitely said that. Cat Butt says, hi, lovely Lilly.
Hello.
Hi to Ben, Susie, team and everyone. What have I missed? Well, you've missed a day of extraordinary demos, a day of fun. You've missed Hurricane Sara, and you've missed a whole host of amazing facts, Kingfisher variety facts from me throughout the day. Alison, I'll do some more for you though. Alison says, hi from Belfast. Hi, Lilly and Quack, who says, hello, Ben, Lilly, the crew and everyone watching. And Susie says, wait, what? Lilly walks 2.5 hours into work? No. 2.5 miles.
Miles,
Not
yeah.
2.5 hours.
I'm not quite that dedicated. That might be a little bit far, even for me. It's about 40 minutes, but 2.5 miles, there or thereabouts.
Laura Simmons says, and she's smiling while she's saying that as well. I know.
Yeah, I love it. Wouldn't have it any other way. As soon as I get back tonight, be gone 9 o'clock, be straight in that craft room. As soon as that washing up's done, straight in the craft room. Yeah, Nicola, I usually craft till about 11:30 at night. Yeah.
Lillian Kwok says, Ben can't even say 6 o'clock in the morning, it's so early. And I'll have you know, I got up at 4 a.m. in the morning for 20 years when I was a breakfast show DJ. I know all about that time. Not now, though, too old for all of that faff. Laura's in from Seattle, who woke early too. And Barbara R says, hello, everyone from Indiana. Let us get on. Are we going to start with the Kingfisher collection?
Yes.
We are. Good news. Let's talk about the Kingfisher collection and the Showstopper. So we have less than 50 opportunities for you to get the bonus buy on this because the show earlier on was so super duper popular. But the Kingfisher collection, if you want to get it all within the Showstopper, this is the best way to go. £116 or $159.20, where you get everything plus the option to get bonus buys. But as I say, less than 50 opportunities now on that to be able to get the paper bonus buy because it is the vellum that is causing the problem. But let me take you through this fairly swiftly because we want to get onto the demos, and you will have seen this, I'm sure, quite a bit over the course of the day today. But a brand new collection, just jam-packed full of craftability. All of this in the Showstopper, but this set I'm going to show you here of all of your hardware, if you like, is your essentials collection if you want to go for this individually. So you're going to get your River Reeds stamp and die set. Absolutely beautiful. Again, lots of chat about that being very usable across a whole host of other different collections. 2 sets where you've got that beautiful Kingfisher as well. So this one is called the Blue Lightning, which is that stunning common Kingfisher sat on a branch. You've got the stamp and the die then to be able to cut that out. You've got your flying gem. So again, Sara used that in a demo or 2 earlier on. Again, you've got that beautiful stamp, cut that out with the die provided. Then you've got your in-flight, which is the beautiful creator card die in effect. And I love the fact that you can manipulate that wing out and pop that out of your project. You've got the outer die as well if you want to cut that out as a topper. There's that entwined wreath. Again, multi-uses for this, not just across this collection, but indeed across all sorts of other collections, not just the Nature's Garden ones that we've brought to you. You've got beautiful edgeables in here. You've got a lovely collection of sentiments for all sorts of different occasions, from retirements to birthdays to sympathy. And again, this collection really does, I think, work across all those sorts of different themes. A lot of you as well chatting about this being a great collection for more masculine makes earlier on as well. But you've got this beautiful embossing folder, which is called By the River. If you go back to Sara's last demo in launch day, you'll see that one being used. You've got your silhouettes. Again, Sara's card, which you'll see when we do the vote a little bit later on, she used that when she created a really beautiful watercolour background and then sort of highlighted it with the silhouettes from that particular collection. Halcyon Days is that stunning Kingfisher just emerging from the water. Very, very popular, that one. A lot of you saying that you bought that individually if you've been going for bits and pieces rather than going for the full bundle. And then you're going to get your stencils in there as well. That's your essentials kit. All part of the Showstopper, but you can get that individually. Now, your paper and card, again, this is all in the Showstopper. However, if you want to grab this as your bonus bundle, you can as well on top of the Showstopper, and you will get yourself all of what I'm about to show you for half price. Beautiful papers. Honestly, I think we get better and better with the paper pads that we bring to you. The artwork is second to none. The colours are amazing. Plenty as well of snippability as far as this particular pad is concerned. You've got the reverse of each of those papers, which matches up absolutely perfectly. And again, look at that for the artwork there with the Kingfisher just emerging from the river. The artwork our guys produce is just absolutely stunning. And it just gets better and better and better and better. You've got this in the 12 by 12. As I said, it's 36 double-sided sheets with the extra sheet at the back making 37. That's the one that you're going to snip into for all of those sentiments which you can pop onto your projects. That comes to you in 6 by 6 form as well. And on top of all of that, you are going to receive your linen cardstock. So your A4 luxury linen cardstock, 24 sheets. And once again, it is no accident that all of the colours you're going to be getting within this linen cardstock work beautifully with the papers, if I can fan it open, that you're going to get within the actual collection as well. Let's play Nicola's favourite game. All right, so just to prove, all the colours here have been beautifully coordinated with all of the papers that you're going to get in your actual Nature's Garden collection. Tell me when to stop. Stop there. Look, see? matching up absolutely perfectly. The pinks and the blues. I don't know, was it the one we stopped on earlier? You'd have to go back and watch the tape. I couldn't tell you. It may well be. But you don't, basically, the point is you don't have to go elsewhere in your craft room, baffing around looking for more cardstock because you've got it in there. You're also going to receive all of those beautiful vellums too, and that is the bundle as far as your papers are concerned. All of that is contained within the Showstopper. And then on top of that, you get the embellishments. Pot of iridescent glitter, which I don't have this side, but you know iridescent glitter. Where is it? Oh, it's on the pack shop. It's there. It's there. It's here. Thank you, Nicola. Good job, you're on the ball. So you've got your, it's a big pot as well, this actually. 30 grams you're getting. Come on. Human. There you go. Woo! So you've got your sparkly iridescent glitter, tons in there to be playing with. You have got 18 Kingfisher feathers, with matching colours, of course. You're going to get your seam binding ribbon, and then you're also going to get your beautiful Kingfisher Collection tricolour aquas. These, again, the colours that you've got here are bespoke to this collection. So we've basically popped all these colours together from the range and gone, what are the best colours that are going to work with your Kingfisher Collection? All of these. So your gold, sunflower, bud green. You've got your sunset, which is your magenta, crimson and orange. And then your Kingfisher, which is evergreen, Kingfisher and navy. You've got all of the different gradients of colours within those 9 colours. And of course, the opportunity to put those together and create different colours should you wish. So that is your Showstopper. If you're popping your Showstopper into your basket and you decide to yourself, I'd like more papers, pop the paper bundle into the basket. That is your bonus buy. Less than 50 of those to go round now. The bonus buy on the paper will halve in price. I think, what was it, £18 platinum, I think it came down to, and $24.80 if you're shopping in the US. It has to be in the same basket, though, for that to apply. If you decide you want to go for more of those embellishments as well, you can pop that into your basket alongside your Showstopper and also get that half price. But do be quick because the bonus buy opportunities are becoming fast limited. Plenty of the Showstoppers to go round for now, though. Right, enough chit-chat from me. Glad I got the opportunity to kind of go through it all. We are going to have a look at a lovely demo. I'm excited about this because we've seen Sara's take on it. How nice, in the same day, to get another one of our amazing crafters take on it. Lily, I mean, where are you even going to start with this? Because there's so much in this collection.
It's incredible, isn't it? The amount you're going to get home when this arrives on your doormat and you've got all those crafty goodies. I always say just spread them all out on your craft room floor and just have a look at all the amazing goodies that you've got to craft with. There is so much. So if this is your first ever collection, you've never had a big collection like this before, you know that you can get crafting straight away with all those stamps, those dies, those embossing folders, those stencils, and the key part for me is that paper, that cardstock. Everything colour matches, so you know it's going to coordinate together absolutely perfectly. Now I'm going to try and use quite a few of the elements from the collection on this demo so you can see how everything's going to work together absolutely perfectly. What we're going to start off with, we're going to start to build our card base first, and then we're going to bring in some of the other elements, some of the decoration to start to bring this card to life. So what we're doing to start with is we're taking a 7x7 inch white card blank. I'm sure a lot of you, if you've been tuning in this week already, you'll know we actually launched our very own core card and card blanks. So you'll find those over on the website, 7x7 inches in size for that one. Then all we've done next is we've taken some of that beautiful paper from that paper pad. I mean, look at that. That is just absolutely gorgeous. This is from the 12x12, and this is actually the reverse.
I was going to say, that's the B side.
It is, I know. And look how amazing it is, even from the reverse. And I have to say, for me, on this particular paper pad, I'm finding that I'm using the reverse an awful lot. I mean, that could be for a Christmas card. It could be spring, summer, autumn. Completely up to you, depending on what embellishments you're putting on top of this paper. It literally could take your crafting the whole year through, which I think is fabulous because it's giving you so much versatility and therefore an awful lot of value for money. And it's one of those, as always with our papers, first glance you start to notice certain elements, and then as you look deeper and deeper into that paper you notice more. So you can see you've got even peonies in the background, you can see looks like feathers in there, we've got the faux sort of gold fleck, you've got all those starlights. It's just absolutely beautiful. But bringing in some of that linen card that you get part of the collection, matting and layering onto that, and then we've matted and layered that onto our card base. Next up, we've actually got some of the vellum. I always say, but I love vellum. I think it gives you such a luxurious and expensive look and feel. That lovely translucence that you get with vellum, I think looks absolutely beautiful.
Where do you use it most in your craft? Because I think some people get a bit afraid of vellum, don't they?
Yeah, I think a lot of people are not quite sure how to use it and where to use it. Often I just use it as an extra layer. So there I could have had a layer of paper, but for that extra sort of light and ethereal look and feel, I'm going to use that vellum. Putting it directly onto the paper, it gets a little bit lost. So bring in just a square, exactly the same size of your white multi-purpose card. You can start to see it brings out that design and lightens it and brightens it an awful lot more. Now our vellum is absolutely fantastic quality. It's quite a lot thicker than a lot of vellums you'll find on the craft market, so it's quite easy to stick down in terms of actually hiding that adhesive. So I've just popped a little bit of my tape runner on the back of there, and you can see that I can't actually notice any of that glue from the front. Now I would recommend, when it comes to gluing down your vellum, I wouldn't use something like a wet glue. Unless it's a specialist vellum glue, I'd go for some sort of tape. Just because it has got the tendency to sort of wrinkle if you go in with your wet glues. So stick to something like your tape pens, your double-sided tape, your red liner tape's perfect as well. And you can see on there, well, you can't see, that's the point, you cannot see the adhesive on there whatsoever. Then all we're going to do is just going to centralise that in the middle of our card base. Try and get it just about level, but you know, we're on hour 10 and a half, so my eyes might be a bit wonky at that point. But it looks just about
Looks about right.
Yeah, it'll do. Then all I've done here is I've taken another piece of paper from that 12 by 12 pad, similar design but ever so slightly different, and once again this is the reverse that we've used here, so it is that B side once again. And even though it's a different paper within that pad, you can see that they're going to work together absolutely perfectly. You've got that design flow with the colours, and then you've got that sort of gold flecks that is echoed in both of those papers, so they're going to work together an absolute treat. Now for a little bit of dimension to raise this layer up a little bit more, we've just added a little bit of our foam tape onto the back of there, just a couple of pieces of our nice thin width foam tape, and that's going to raise that up from our background, make it stand out a little bit more and start to add in that depth and dimension, which really does quite literally elevate your makes. So let's line that up central, let's get it right down the middle of our card base. Looks about good enough to me. As always, using my glass mat to help me line things up, and it's going to give you more of a professional finish onto there. So that's our card base laid up. But at this point, I think we need to bring in some of the fantastic dies from the collection. So let's go in with our entwined wreath. Like Ben was saying as he was showing you the dies earlier, this is one that you'll be using time and time again in your crafting, not just with this collection, but maybe you've got other bird dies, so maybe you have got that fantastic hummingbird collection that we brought you. I want to say last year, but it could be the year before. I'm not 100% sure now. You could be using it alongside that. It could be alongside if you've got any sort of robin dies or maybe cardinal dies for Christmas. You could nestle them into that wreath if you want, or just use it alongside any of your flowers. Maybe you've got little small flower dies and you're actually creating your 3D flowers. Well, why not adorn this beautiful wreath with some of those flowers? I think that would look absolutely gorgeous.
Yeah.
So much scope when it comes to this one, and I have to say it looks amazing as well. If you cut it in craft card, a little bit of brown ink onto there gives you such a lovely rustic feel. Ideal actually for your Christmas makes.
Oh, that's a nice shot. Do you know what? I know we've touched on it now, but we've mentioned it a lot earlier. So many of the Nature's Garden collections, there's so many elements that will just play very nicely with each other. So you've got all the scope within the actual collection itself, haven't you? But then so much scope by mixing and matching across collections as well. So kind of, you know, makes it go even further, if you like. And a few of you just firing up ideas. Laura just saying, I'm thinking the luxury cardstock from Bethlehem and the nativity collections would work with the Kingfisher paper.
Definitely, agreed. And going back to what you were just saying there, Ben, I completely agree with you there. I have to say I'm not a hoarder of Nature's Garden and Sara Signature Collections. Nicola, no, I'm not. I'm a collector.
There you go.
Yeah,
Nicola just went, yes, you are, Lily.
No, I'm not. I'm a curator of a beautiful collection of very pretty craft things. That's exactly what I am. Yeah, it is a bit like a museum.
Soon.
I could do, honestly, the amount of them that I have. But of course, yeah, it's one of those, you start collecting them, you need the next one, you need the next one. But not just because each and every single one of them is standalone gorgeous. It's the fact that you can start to mix and match them together. So when we launched the Fuchsia collection just a few weeks ago, I was lucky enough to do that first look show. And I was saying there, the Fuchsia collection, you might not automatically think to put that with the Kingfisher collection, but there's elements within that Fuchsia collection that's going to work alongside this. And I know as well, future Nature's Garden collections that are coming as well, you can definitely be mixing and matching. It's almost like building that anthology, building a library of artwork, of stamps, of dies, of papers that you can dip in and out, mix and match. And I think that's what's giving you even more versatility. And let's be honest, even more fun when we're crafting. It's mixing and matching, having a play, what's going to work with what, and just digging into your older stash. I think there's something ever so satisfying about doing that as well. So definitely do be having a look at the items you've already got at home and thinking what you can be using alongside this fabulous new collection. So all we've got is we've got the one that we've die cut from our linen card. I've die cut another one using some multi-purpose card, just standard white card. And then all we've gone ahead and done is we've just inked that with our parakeet water reactive ink, just to take that starkness off, and it's going to make it blend in a little bit better with the colour tones that I've got in those papers that I've already added onto my card. So what we're going to do is we're going to lay these together. We're not going to drop shadow them. We're going to sort of offset them a little bit to give more fullness to that beautiful wreath. So I've got that sort of sticking out branch there on the bottom on that layer. I think let's echo it at the top there, so it's going to balance quite nicely. Just a bit of tacky glue onto the back of there will be enough to adhere them together. Then all we're going to do is we're going to stick that into the centre of our card base, and that's going to be like almost like the anchor point, if you like, to add our bird onto, rather than just having it floating sort of in the middle of the card. This is the anchor, this is the focal point that's going to draw your eye into the centre where we've got that beautiful bird nestled onto this wreath. I mean, how gorgeous is this? You could really go to town, be cutting this multiple times, starting to layer that up, getting really dimensional and full effects to that wreath. That would look amazing as well. So let's just pop that onto the centre there, and that's our card base built, ready for our gorgeous little bird to go on the centre. So let's leave that to one side, and now let's work with some of the gorgeous stamps and dies that we've got in the collection. So all we've got here is we've got the beautiful Blue Lightning stamp and die set. Absolutely gorgeous artwork. Lovely stamp, and then you've got your matching die as well. So what we've done is we've stamped that beautiful bird onto some of our watercolour card using one of our Finesse waterproof ink pads. And then I always say, it's one of those questions that we get asked an awful lot, is about the order that you're stamping, you're colouring, you're die cutting. Oh, it's one of those questions.
Have we ever had like a definitive, there is no definitive answer, is there?
It's always personal preference, but for me what works best, when you've got especially a sort of a hollow die, an outline die like this, I'll always stamp first, and then I'll die cut, and then I'll colour last. The reason being that I'll always die cut before I actually colour is because, you know, occasionally the die can slip, and like you're seeing here, I always tape it down with a couple of pieces of tape, but you never know, that die could slip.
That's it.
And if it does, and you've spent all that time doing all your pretty colouring, you've coloured up that image, you're dead proud of it, you're loving how it's looked, and then that die slips, for whatever reason, it's honestly, it's pretty gutting, and this is speaking from experience. So if your die slips when all you've done is stamped, you've not wasted an awful lot of time, whereas if it slips after you've coloured, it is absolutely gutting. So that is definitely Lily speaking from experience. Always die cut before you actually colour that image. Of course, we are including those fabulous pens as part of this collection, those being water-based, but there's nothing stopping you from using any other colouring medium you have got in your crafty stash to colour up these beautiful images. I have to say, I'll give you a little sneaky peek. We've got a few launches on Monday, including some pens. You might have seen them before, but you won't have seen them for a little while. And I've actually used this collection alongside those pens, just to show you that it's not just about the pens in this collection. These are just regular stamps that you can use with any other pens. So maybe you prefer your alcohol colouring, then these are going to work perfectly with that as well. But let's use the pens from this collection, I think, for this particular card. So let's go in with, to start with, our beautiful sunflower. And there's a few different techniques you can do when it comes to your aqua pen colouring. So you can colour directly onto that image.
You're doing it now as well. Sarah was doing it earlier on, and I said I very rarely see you guys do that. You normally go onto the glass mat first.
It's funny because I'm doing this more and more often, but for me it depends quite often on the intensity of the colour. So with this being quite a light colour, I don't mind going direct to image and then dragging it out.
Right.
Whereas if it's a really bold colour, so we'll just do his feet and then I'll show you when it comes to his gorgeous feathers. So let's just pop the colour onto there. Then for his feathers, we're going to go in with navy. Now this is a very dark colour, really dark blue. You can see there on our glass mat, super dark colour, really rich and pigmented on there. So what we're going to do now is pick up the colour and then colour onto the image. What you'll find is perhaps you're a little bit less confident when it comes to your water-based mediums. If so, I would definitely recommend using the technique of scribbling onto your glass mat first, because it's just easier to get a blend that way. If you're colouring directly onto your paper from your pen with a slightly darker colour, it can sometimes be a little bit more difficult to actually blend that colour out and get a really seamless blend. Yeah. So by colouring directly onto your mat and then picking it up with your paintbrush, just a damp paintbrush, it's going to give you a little bit more control. It's going to make that colour a lot easier to blend. So it's one of those, once again, there's no right or wrong. It's just whatever you find easiest. But I would definitely recommend, if you are new to your aqua pens or any sort of water-based mediums that you're colouring with, I definitely recommend popping it onto your glass mat first, or any sort of non-porous surface. It could be a palette that you've got. It could be one of our non-stick craft mats. Anything that's non-porous, so it's not going to dry on there, you can do the same technique with. You can see how easy it is. And it's a case of the more watered down that pen is, the lighter, more dilute it's going to be. So if you want more depth and dimension, if you want a stronger colour, go in with more ink, less water. But as we water that down more, we can get that blend, we can get that ombre from the dark to the light and start to add in our depth and dimension and that shading very, very quickly and easily. Not difficult to do whatsoever, especially when you've got the colours that have been specifically chosen to match with this fantastic collection. You will have never seen these particular colour configuration of these pens before. They are completely unique to this collection, so it won't be one of those that you've already got in your crafty stash. And the team has specifically chosen these colourways because they're going to match absolutely perfectly with all the papers, with the seam binding and everything else that we've got within the collection. Now what I would do with this is I'd leave that to dry or just blast it with a heat tool. And then I'd go back in with another layer into some of those darker areas to really darken up and add more shade. And once I'd done that, and when I'd coloured in his little branch as well, you'll end up with something a little bit like that. Really quick and easy to colour something like that in, especially with your water-based mediums. I find for me personally, although I absolutely love my alcohol pen colouring, it probably is my most favourite way to colour in, I find personally that colouring with your water-based mediums is a little bit quicker. So that's our gorgeous little birdie, all good to go. He's going to go in the centre of that little wreath. I mean, doesn't he fit perfectly? It's just absolutely beautiful. I'm going to shape him a little bit though. I always like to do this technique when I've got stamped and die cut images like this, just because it adds that little bit of dimension and really does bring it to life. So let's just curve the edges around my pokey tool to start to bring him to life. And he's going to go on the centre there. Before we stick him down though, I think I want to add a couple of feathers because do you know what? We've got them included in the collection. It would be rude not to.
And do you know, a lot of people have been asking to see those feathers being put onto projects as well, because again, I think a lot of people get a bit confused as to perhaps how they use those, so that's good to see.
Let's do it then.
Let's do it.
Nice and easy. Whenever you want embellishment, do you know what we're going to do? We're just going to tuck them under our bird. So I'm positioning my bird there. I would definitely recommend hot glue gun for something like that. And then where it's going to be covered, so it's going to be covered around about there. Let's add some hot glue onto our project, and then let's stick one feather onto there, something a little bit like that, I think. Yeah. And then we're going to go in and we're going to add the other one over the top, literally simple as that. You can't see the glue too much there, but I do want it covered just in case. I do go a little bit heavy-handed on the glue, and I want to make sure that you don't see that on the finished project, which was where I sort of positioned my bird down first, saw where it was going to be hidden in terms of that gluing, and then add the feathers over the top. And with it being hot glue, obviously do take care with your fingers, but it will dry really nice and quickly. I think let's pop on a little bit extra onto there just to make sure it's really secured into position, but definitely hot glue the best way to go when it comes to gluing down embellishments like this. Anything like ribbon bows, I tend to go for my hot glue as well. Wooden embellishments, anything like that that can potentially be a little bit more tricky and you want that instant grab as well, your hot glue is the one to go for. And when we pop him over the top, you can see that's pretty much covered, which is fantastic. So let's bring in our foam pads, of course. You know what I'm like, always like more than a little bit of dimension. I always say I like a little bit of dimension on my cards, but I think it's always a little bit more than a little bit. But I do think it does make a difference. It makes your cards really stand out. And when they're sat on the mantelpiece or wherever you might display your birthday cards or any sort of occasion cards, I always think it makes them look so much more special when they've got that depth and that dimension onto them. So let's pop him into the centre. And then I've just stamped a sentiment, of course, from that collection once again. But just to take that stark white edge off of our sentiment, because we've inked the edges of that lovely wreath, let's go in and ink the edges as well of our sentiment. A real mix of different sentiments included in this collection as well. You've got things for lots of different occasions, from birthdays to retirement. So it's going to be sort of spanning a wide range of different cards that we send as card makers. So let's ink those edges and then bring in some of our all-purpose just a matte layer our sentiment once again onto some of that fabulous linen card. So everything's going to match absolutely beautifully. You can see how well the pen colours match with the colours of the cardstock and the paper. Everything's working together, an absolute treat. And then to finish that off, let's just go in with a couple of foam pads onto the back here. Once again, to make this stand proud from those backing papers and make a little bit more of a feature of that. So let's just go in, line that up, and then just pop that centrally at the bottom, just like so. Quite quick and simple card, but
Brilliant.
just showing you how you can use a few of the elements from the collection, how everything's working together in terms of the colourways. So if you are brand new to crafting, maybe you're not so confident when it comes to matching papers, matching colours, matching different elements together, this collection is absolutely going to hold your hand through that whole process. And even if you're a beginner, you're still going to be able to create beautiful makes just like that.
Blooming marvellous that, and another take on the kind of things that you can create with this collection. Lots of love for the fact that we saw the B-side there as well. Marianne says, cheers for the B-sides. And whoop whoop, says Hannah, I got here just in time for B-side love. Carolyn Wilson says, it's amazing. I thought this earlier as well, Carolyn. It's amazing that the most beautiful version of the Kingfisher is called the common Kingfisher, which is that one. It is. There's nothing common about that. The colours are gorgeous. She says, I've already purchased the collection. Evening, Zoe Carver, who's joined us. Hi also to Sally Cripps, who says, hey up, Ben and Lily.
Hey up.
Hey up. I hope you're both well.
We certainly are.
So glad it's the weekend. Looking forward to the show. I've got the collection earlier and I cannot wait for it to arrive. It's beautiful. Rhonda says, hello Ben, Lily, Team Social, CTV crew. We've got Nicola and also James in the gallery in case I haven't said. We got an ahoy there. From,
Ahoy.
James. Ahoy. Yeah, so hi, Rhonda. She's from, that's really thrown me that, from Oak Park, Chicago. Sunny here, but chilly. Captain Birdseye in the gallery there. Alison Alcalay says, have the botanists figured out yet the seed mixture for our money tree? Wouldn't that be nice? You know, just buy the old seeds and then the tree sprouts and you've got the notes that you could pick off. That'd be marvellous. Yeah, and thank you, Susie, sending through the Kingfisher facts. Hey, great fact from Susie. They close their eyes as they dive into the water. They do. So they actually are fishing blind. They bob their heads before diving to accurately judge the depth of the fish. I won't bore you with more facts. Go back and watch the other shows. I feel very learned now when it comes to kingfishers. So if you want any more facts and bad puns, you can go back. If you want to get the Showstopper, though, do be fairly quickly on this. Less than 50 opportunities to get the Showstopper with the bonus by now. So please, 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 if you want extra paper pads for half the price, then that's what you need to do. You go Showstopper, and then you add in the bonus buy on top. So add in more of the papers, and that will automatically at checkout calculate the cost coming down to half price. Really quickly whiz through this because I know we've got lots to be getting on through, but these are all of the beautiful stamps and dies that you're going to be getting. So you've got your Kingfisher in flight there, the flying gem. That's the blue lightning that Lily was just using in that last demo. You've got plenty when it comes to kind of building your scenes with this collection as well. So the stunning River Reeds in stamp and die form. Go back again and watch Sara earlier on when she did a beautiful demo with the stencils. There's that embossing folder that everybody is chatting about. I think if you have been one of those people who have picked and chosen the items in a smaller bundle, I can almost guarantee you've popped that in. Everyone's been talking about that. Again, more stamps in there to create silhouette effects. Work really, really nicely if you're going to create your own sort of watercolour background and just sort of layer those over to create that scene. This one is called the By the River. So again, really beautiful sort of scene set piece, ready for a project with the Kingfishers, but for any other items you might have in your craft room, it's just a really handy embossing folder that to set the scene and start crafting. All those sentiments, as Lily was describing, from retirement to birthday to celebration to even kind of sympathy cards as well. You've got sentiments within that. You've got your blossoming floral border in there too, which we saw some lovely examples of earlier on. There's that entwined wreath again that Lily used in that last demo. Super handy, super versatile die, that one. And then you've also got your in flight, which is that in effect creator card die set with that Kingfisher on. That is your essentials bundle. You've then got all your papers. I won't take too long again flicking through these because we've seen them a lot over the course of the day. But your papers, of course, you're going to get your linen cardstock, so 24 sheets, 6 different colours, 4 of each, which all match up perfectly with your beautiful vellum. Again, that's included 150 GSM this time around, and you're getting 24 sheets within that set. And then you're going to get, on top of that, all of your beautiful papers in 12 by 12 and 6 by 6 form. 37 sheets this time because as with like the previous launch we did actually, you get your back sheet there, which includes loads of sentiments which you can cut and chop into and use for various projects. But the papers, again, are just absolutely exquisite. You get these in 12 by 12 and 6 by 6 form. All of that included in the Showstopper. Then on top of that, you will get your embellishments, which is a set of your tricolour aqua pens. So again, these have been specifically chosen, these colours, so that you don't have to kind of go and search elsewhere in your range. You've just got the colours here in 3 pens that will work beautifully with all of the colours that you've got in the paper pads, in the cardstock, to be able to create all of these different Kingfishers and all of the kind of colours that you'll need for the backgrounds as well. And of course, 3 pens, 9 colours, but it's far more than 9 colours when you start adding your water to those. There's your feathers. You're going to get 18 of those included within the set in all those different colours. And then you've got your seam binding ribbon included too. Plus a pot of iridescent glitter. That is 30 grams you're going to be getting of that. All of that for £116 if you're platinum, or $159.20. Your bonus buy is another set of your embellishments if you want to go that way, but the majority of people have gone Showstopper, bonus buy, this bonus buy, where you can get an extra set of all of your papers for half the price. It was, what did we say it was? £18, I think we said, didn't we, half price, or 24.80. But go quick, because we have officially less than 50 of those bonus buys now remaining. And make sure, if you are doing that, you pop it all into the same basket, because it won't work if you check out the Showstopper and then come back later on and add the bonus buy and you'll get charged full price. So don't do that, whatever you do. Right, that is the Kingfisher. So pleased that you guys have loved that. But this masterclass is kind of focusing on particularly Sara Signature Collections at crazy, knockdown, silly prices. One of my favourite Christmas collections that we've ever done is the Sara Signature Twas the Night. Now, this isn't the full collection, but it is a selection of... Just right, hang fire. I love playing this game. Yeah, hang fire on this. Let me show you what you're going to get, right? And then let's play a game of, can you guess what the price is going to be? All right, so this is what you're going to get within this selection of goodies from the Twas the Night collection. You've got your builder sleigh. All right, I mean, this is very sleigh, as my daughter would say. Dad, this is sleigh. Yes, it's baddie sleigh. It is actual sleigh, and it is baddie sleigh because you get... Oh, baddie sleigh is good, by the way, in case you're not down with the kids like me. You're going to get all... You're going to get all of the reindeers. I say all of the reindeers. You actually get 2, but you can multi-stamp these, multi-cut these to create Rudolph, Blitzen, Vixen, Dasher, Dancer, Cupid, Comet, Prancer, and... the other one that I left out, oh, Donna. You get the scenes to be able to build up there as well, and you've also got your little rhyme in stamp form too. So stamps and dies there, okay, it's a pretty good start. Decorative frame. Again, really love this. Use that across multiple Christmas collections. You've got that beautiful frame. You've got the ability to cut that aperture or layer that selection of dies up there to create a beautiful kind of focal point to pop a little flower or to pop a sentiment in. But you also get the little poinsettia dies, the ribbon and the cone in there too. Talking of poinsettia, you've got your festive foliage. All of those dies there for you to be able to build up a real stunning centre point for any project. I love the fact as well that in those dies you get the details, embossed details there to be able to really bring to the fore the details in the veins and the leaves. You've got your pine cones, you've got your holly in there too. There's tons. So that's the first that you're thinking, okay, I'm totting this up. What are you thinking now already? What are you thinking? I'm going to give you the Christmas Eve stamp set as well. My favourite stamp set from this whole particular collection. It's just really, really gorgeous and evokes a lot of memories for me of doing the whole Santa spotting with the kids on Christmas Eve on the years gone by. I have to do it on my own now. They're all grown up. I never did. I'm like Peter Pan. You're then going to get your Happy Christmas to all. So this is lots of lovely Christmas verses here. Love the fact that you've got your little scroll there as well, which has got... do you want me to read it to you? It's the rhyme that you all know. Now dash and a dancer, now Prancer and Vixen, on Comet, on Cupid, on Donna and Blitzen, to the top of the porch, to the top of the wall. Now dash away, dash away, dash away. All. You've also got Joie Noël as well, which I think is quite... Joie Noël, which I think is quite nice. the French version of. And then this last set here is Stockings by the Fire. So again, really nice big size stamps to be colouring in. Christmas tree, you've got your hearth there, you've got your sugar plums, you've got your Christmas bell, stocking. So I'm talking about here, it is actually 40 stamps, it's 27 metal dies in total. What are you thinking? If you are thinking, wouldn't this be amazing, right? If we could get this for, say, £30, $40, that would be incredible for all of that. That would be incredible. We're going to do better than that. Get ready. £30 or $40, you say? £16 or $20 for the lot. That is a saving of 70% if you're platinum. Have your 20% off on top of the 70. £12.80 for everything I've just shown you, or $16. There are points here when you wonder whether or not the people who come up with the prices have gone insane. That is ridiculous. If you've not picked this up, that is the buy of the night. Value-wise, the buy of the night, bar none. Lily, what say you?
What?
What say you about the value of that?
What say you?
Yeah, what say you? What do you say about that?
What language are we speaking here?
What say you?
I think these sort of deals have gone to his head. He doesn't even know how to speak English anymore.
Yeah.
But oh my goodness me, what
12
an absolute
quid.
corker of a deal for all of that.
I know.
Honestly.
The next thing you're going to tell me, you're going to do a demo with it.
Well, now you're asking, shall I?
Yeah.
Shall I do a demo?
Why not?
Shall I use your favourite stamp set?
Are you going to?
Shall I?
Well, you do what you wanted to do. But
Shall I do it? Let's do it.
Oh,
Why
she's
not?
gonna.
Let's do it. I have to say it's probably my favourite as well. It's absolutely gorgeous. There is something so
Magical.
nostalgic, definitely magical, yeah. Very evocative of all of those memories, maybe of years gone by, and maybe this is where you're at in your life in the moment. Perhaps you're doing that, going to be doing that this year with the grandkids, with the kids, or maybe you're just going to be doing it like Ben on your own, stood outside, looking outside the window for Santa to come
Makes
past.
it sound very sad.
No, of course not. I'll probably be doing the same myself this year.
Will you?
Yeah, I'll tell you a funny thing that happens.
Yeah.
I don't know if you know, it's local to here. If you have a Santa that comes round on a sleigh, comes all around the town. Yeah.
Do they?
It's like a Santa, I can't remember what they call it, like a Santa parade. It's on Christmas Eve.
Oh, is it like the round table? Is it like a charity thing? Do you have to like throw coins at Santa?
No, it just comes round and like parades round. So yeah, I literally do look out the window on Christmas Eve for Santa and I see him every year.
Ah.
It's really sweet actually, it's lovely. And they have like the bells and everything, everyone's out in the streets looking for Santa coming. Yeah, it's lovely.
Would you come as far up as where I live?
No, I think it's just Aycliffe, I think. It's just local in the town.
That's really sweet.
Yeah, it's lovely.
Oh.
Yeah. Anyway, slight little side note there, but maybe you do celebrate something like that. Maybe you're doing a fundraiser and you want to send out invites or send out sort of cards to people taking part. Of course, you could use this collection as well. So what we're going to work with is this beautiful stamp set, the Christmas Eve. And these are all clear acrylic stamps, meaning that, yes, they're clear, making it very easy to actually stamp with these. You can see where you're stamping, which makes it super simple. Not just about that iconic window stamp that we've got there, it's about all those additional accessory stamps as well. So you've got that beautiful foliage. Swag, of course, you could be adding that onto the top of the window if you so choose, or using it completely separately. You've got that gorgeous little mouse. I mean, how cute is he with his little Santa hat on? And then you've got your sentiment, Twas the night before Christmas. And then as well, you do have, I would like to say it's probably a mother and daughter stood together.
Yeah.
Maybe you're going to mask them so they're on the left-hand side, so you're starting to build up that scene. Completely up to you how you use these, but they are so simple to work with, and it's just the most gorgeous artwork. So what we've gone ahead and done is we've taken some of our Nina cardstock. That's our nice smooth cardstock that's ideal for use with our alcohol-based mediums. We've stamped onto there using one of our alcohol-proof ink pads, this one being the rustic brown, just because I want it to go in with that sort of vintage look and feel for this particular image here. And all we're going to do is going to take some of our tri-blends and do a little bit of colouring. So I've seen some aqua pen or water-based colouring on that last demo. But for this one, let's go in with our alcohol-based mediums here with our tri-blends. And when we talk about tri-blends, perhaps you've never seen them before. What they are is basically 3 pens in one. So same colour family, but you've got your light, your medium and your dark. And all we've done to start with, this is our gold brown shades by the way, is we've gone in with our light down the centre. Then we've gone in with our medium, slightly overlapping where we had the palest colour in the middle, but not going over that full section in the centre. And then we're just going to go in with our darkest at the very edges. And this is going to start to create that effect of light and shade onto our window frame. So imagine it's almost like a nice old-fashioned wooden window frame. Doesn't that look nice and dimensional by just using that one pen with your 3 colour tones? I always say, especially if you're brand new to alcohol pen colouring always break that image down and work in really small sections. So you can see there, I just coloured that very small part of the window frame rather than colouring that full window frame at once. Not only does it make it a lot less overwhelming, but it also means that you're working when that alcohol ink is still wet. So you're blending wet into wet, which is going to give you that smoother blend an awful lot easier. It's a lot easier to blend that wet alcohol ink than it is to try and blend onto dry card. So then all the case it is of doing is just repeating that same technique for the wooden window frame all over that full window frame part of the image. So that same technique of having you darker at the edges, the lighter down the centre, and it will start to give you that effect almost like the light is catching on the centre of the window. When it comes to the window panes, I have used the true blue shades. So let's go in first off with the light. So down the centre, we're going to have it lightest down the middle of each window pane on the glass, and then we're going to have it darker around the edges. We're imagining that the actual window pane itself is casting a little bit of shadow onto the glass. So it's going to be a little bit darker around the edges, and then we're going to have the highlight down the centre. So just flicking outwards from the outside in onto that section. And then let's go in with our darkest of the three as part of this true blue shades. Not easy to say at this time of the night. True blue shades, there you go, at the very edge of that section of the window. You can see how that gives us that depth and that dimension onto there. It'd just be a case of repeating that same technique over all of those sections. But I want to show you now quickly how we would colour the little girl's night dress. So we're going in with a brown grey blend. We want to make it look as if it's actually white rather than coloured. So we always say it's strange, it's always a funny thing to say. When you're colouring white, rather than leaving it white, it makes it actually look more white by adding a little bit of colour. Whether that's going to be grey like we're using here, or whether it's going to be a little bit of blue perhaps, by using that little bit of colour actually makes it look more white, brings it to life, makes it look an awful lot more realistic. So what we're doing is we're following those clues that have already been laid down by that stamp. So where the lines are, we know that's the folds of the dress, so it's going to be a little bit darker. So now we're following those lines with our mid-tone, adding more depth and dimension, adding those darker tones along those stamped lines of this beautiful image. And then finally, over the very darkest parts of the image, I'm just going to go in with the darkest onto those very dark areas to add in the shadows onto that image. So very quickly and easily, you can create that light and shade onto the folds of a fabric and make that white look a lot more realistic. Now all I go ahead and do is I just continue using those same sort of techniques for that full image. Now it's not particularly time consuming, but it really does come to life. By using those strong bold colours, I think it really does make it pop and bring it to life. So that's our beautiful image, just fussy cut around the edge, and that's our topper all good to go.
Love that.
Let's leave that to one side for just a moment though and start to build up our card base. So of course we're talking all about our Sara Signature Collections today and how we can mix and match them together, and that's exactly what I'm going to do on this card. So our card base is about 6 inches by 8 inches, just below. We've got some craft card here, but we're going to mat and layer some of our lovely paper from our Sara Signature Snow Queen, actually this one. B-side this one from this particular sheet.
Loving the B-sides.
Loving the B-side. It's all about the B-side tonight,
isn't it? Tonight.
I think actually, I'm just looking at my demos. I've got another demo coming up a little bit later where we're featuring the B-side. A lot of B-side love on a Friday night. There we go. Anyway, that's the B-side of our Snow Queen paper onto our background, onto our card base. But we're going to create something a little bit different. So we're going to create a dome-fronted card. So what we've done to start with, and this paper is actually, once again, the B-side from our Sara Signature Winter Sparkle, cut down to 4 1/4 by 6. And then we've got that same paper we used for our first mat and layer, same height in terms of 6 inches, but this time it is actually 5 3/4. And we've scored in at 1/2 inch either side. Cutting an aperture into there with one of our nesting dies, and that's going to go onto there in just a moment, just like so.
I tell you what, we are going to finish that demonstration very, very shortly indeed. So do stick with us. Loads of you love the price on the Twas the Night Before Christmas collection. It's incredible, isn't it? $12.80 or $16. That is some deal, says Stephanie Theodos. Twas the Night Before Christmas, I know, and that is a great price for what you get in the collection, says Eleanor. And Gaz is just saying that window looks stunning. We will come back to finish that demo off very shortly indeed, but we do want to give you a bit of time to check out your baskets right now. Get that in there. What are you even doing? I mean, if you've got it already, fair enough, but if you haven't, it's one of the best Christmas collections I think we've we've ever done, and that selection is phenomenal. Whilst you are doing that, we're going to hear from Sara from earlier on, reminding you all about the Kingfisher collection. The Showstopper is still available. You can still get your bonus buy included as well, so you might want to get that checked out. Also, details here, and here is Sara from earlier on to give you more details about the set. We'll see you very shortly.
Before I start showing you it, because it's fabulous, right? I'm going to show you some of the samples that the team have done. And I'm going to give you a little sneak peek of some of the stuff I'm going to be making today, because it's amazing. If I do say so myself, it's absolutely amazing, right? So I'm going to come back to that one in a second, because I love that. Oh, I'm going to come back to that. Oh, it's known where to start.
No.
I mean, they're all knocking out the park, but I love.
Incredible.
I absolutely love it. So there is this amazing, absolutely massive big creator card where the wings of the Kingfisher lift up.
Yeah.
Now, if that wasn't enough, you see all the beautiful vibrant colours? That is because we have tri-blend aquas, brand new tri-blend aquas.
Amazing.
Exclusive to this collection, guys, as well, right? So whether you're wanting to do the Kingfisher in your lovely big showcase piece like that with a creator card, or this is wonderful, right? Now I'm going to show you, can you see, you've got like the splash effect. I needed to put that down just to really show it off. This is a 3D embossing folder like nothing else, guys, but it's just made to be coloured with those beautiful tri-blend pens. I'm going to be teaching you that over the course of the show. We have an amazing stencil set in this one so that you can create your own beautiful blossoms like this. Now, we have two Kingfishers. We have the Kingfisher in flight. And then we also have, let me get you one, the Kingfisher sitting. I wouldn't like to choose. You don't have to choose. In the Showstopper, we've got absolutely everything, okay? Well, I mean, the papers, of course, are to die for. But you've got that Kingfisher in flight. Every Kingfisher is going to be coloured with those lovely tri-blends. You've got all these accessory pieces, Ben, that you can die, cut and stamp. I'm going to be teaching you how to do some of these lovely background techniques.
Nice.
Let me show you as well, if you're going for background techniques, we have this amazing, it's like the round die cut that's going to go in the centre. And then, can you see, do you want me to show you the card that I'm going to be doing?
Go on.
Okay, so I'm going to show you, I'm going to do this one here. I'm going to show you how to do this lovely background.
Oh, I love that.
Then the Kingfisher in flight. We're going to do a little bit of painting with the Kingfisher in flight. And then you've also got that lovely roundel in the background. Should we do this one first, actually?
Yeah, why not?
Yeah, go on. I'll do that as
Decision
first
made.
Now, this is another one with that fabulous bit. Isn't that wonderful there? That's like a piece of artwork. Honestly, and you can't help but touch it because all of this, it's all three-dimensional embossing.
Incredible.
I am going to teach you, might be the launch day, so I can't get it all done in wake-up call, but I'm going to teach you how to use the watercolours to do effects like this.
I love that.
Oh, it's fabulous, isn't it? I love it. We do have some phenomenal embellishments in this one. Like the feathers, darling, like the feathers. Like the vellum. I know you said the 12x12 pad's going to be where it's at with this one. Wait till you see the vellum. It's going to knock your socks off, right? There are some absolutely outstanding samples. Some of the things our designers have done with this collection, I have not seen done with any other collection before. It is that phenomenal, right? Now, I'm going to walk you through everything that is in the range so that you can see, and then I'll let Ben explain what's in what's in the bonus buy, what's in the Showstopper, everything like that, but you're going to need it all, okay? The papers. Now, have you noticed, Ben, that we've started putting one of these at the back of a lot of the paper pads these days? So you've got like a nice topper piece. Look how vibrant. When you see a B-track like that, you just know how vibrant the colours are going to be, okay? Now, it is one of our 36 sheet pads, which means you're getting 3 of each of 12 beautiful designs. What I would say in this one, more so than any other design that we're doing, the colours are richer. They're deeper, and it's just the nature of the Kingfisher. We did a Nature's Garden range a few years ago. I can't remember the name of which one it was, when the colours were a lot richer. Oh, I'm trying to think. It'll come to us. But all I can remember is it sold out in the week. Like the paper pad sold out in the day, and that sold out in the week.
This is going to disappear.
We don't get much this rich.
Yeah.
And the florals, they're just absolutely to die. I mean, you know our papers are incredible and just getting better and better. But you know, ones where you see the birds in flight, they're wonderful. Either as background papers, or you've got your beautiful Kingfishers if you want to use them as the centerpieces. Now, there's your 12x12. I'm going to show you the 6x6 as well, so that you can see the patterns. Again, we've done the small ones, and on the whole, these designs designs are the same but kind of smaller.
Okay.
Right, because it works. So these are a whole card front ready to go, whereas your 12 by 12s are the ones that you're going to cut into for your different shapes and styles of cards. Okay, and they do all work on both sizes, right? Oh, I'm going through a little bit fast there, but you get the look at them. Aren't they just incredible, right? So there's your 6 by 6 as well as your 12 by 12.
Yeah.
The vellum, if ever there was a collection that lent itself perfectly to working with vellum, this is the collection, right?
Yeah.
Look at how vibrant. Look at how vibrant those colours are. And even when you take just the sheet, you can see the vibrancy. Those are the ones that lend themselves really, really well to being vellum. I mean, are you absolutely kidding, right?
Wow. So
the vellum is 150 GSM, right? And you get 24 sheets, and obviously the vellum's single-sided because it's translucent. So it's got to work both sides. So it looks more translucent if you take it from the back, but just giving you an idea of some of the designs, they are phenomenal, right? So that's the vellum. And then finally, while I'm on the cards and papers, I might as well show you the linen card, because I want you to see the colours, and I want you to see them how they work with them papers, because I think when the colours are, when it's a really vibrant colour palette like this, it's more important than ever to have the right linen cardstock to match it, because chances are you won't have this sort of depth and shade and colour in the, can you see?
So rich.
So you probably won't have shades this rich in a regular linen card pad. So I know some people are always like, well, do I need these colours or not? With this one in particular, I would say it's a resounding yes, okay? So that's your linen card pad, and you can just see there how well they work with it. You can see all the different colours. So look at that, because I've put that on top of the fuchsia, it's brought them colours out a little bit more, but you still don't lose the intensity in the blues, you know. Whereas take it over on some of the deeper blues and you get a completely different look behind your vellum. Really good. And I'm going to be walking you through all of this over the course of both the wake-up call and the show, right? Now, in terms of our extras, I did talk about those tri-blend pens, okay? So in there you're going to get the gold, sunflower and the bud green. You've got the magenta, the crimson, the orange, the evergreen. Obviously we've got the Kingfisher, as you would expect, and the navy, right? So between them, Ben, I think it's all the stuff you need to do, your landscapes as well as your Kingfishers. And I'll be doing loads of demonstrations with them over the course of the day. We have got a big pack of feathers.
Oh, wow.
And we've gone for seam binding ribbon in this collection in the beautiful deep shades that perfectly match in with that cardstock pad. And then let me go through all of the hardware, as it was, all of the beautiful dies that we've got in here. Now, that lovely big Showstopper die that I said about is this one here.
The detail.
And honestly, it is detail like nothing else.
Unreal.
We've tried to put detail so that you could colour it. We've put detail that would lend itself well to paper piecing. It's been a beautifully hand illustrated die, really gorgeous. One of the cards I'm going to be doing for you today. Look at that.
Amazing.
Even just, so that's on like a roundel front, how beautiful is that, right? Just as a black and white, even better if you start and colour it. Now, you've got a lovely edgeable on this one here, right? So that's called the blossoming floral border. Now, in terms of the actual Kingfishers, we've done two. So we've done the sitting Kingfisher, which is called Blue Lightning, and we've got Flying Gem, which is your Kingfisher in flight. Both of them, you get the main die and also you get that stamp. The stamp, So what I would say is brilliant on watercolour card, these. Now, we've done a nice scene. So you've got like a scene, so if you want to place your Kingfisher into a scene, you've got that. Beautiful. There is the one I was talking to you about. I love this die. I'm going to use it in my first demonstration. You've got all of your accessory pieces from around you, so you can build your scenes. There is that big set. If you want to build this up here, you've got all the different layers you could build up with so many of your different ink pads. We've got all the nice sentiments that are going to finish that off as well. We've done a range of silhouette stamps, so you know that lovely scene that I showed you, Ben, where I've done the watercolour background stamp on? That was done with the silhouettes. Effective. And finally, you've got that lovely one big Showstopper piece that is the 3D.
Everyone's talking about that folder, I tell you.
Oh, it's beautiful. Wait till I get to my demos with that. That might be, if I don't get into it in this show, it'll be in the launch day, but you've got me for 4 hours, guys. Got loads to show you.
Welcome back, everybody. There we go. We just popped that in just to give you a bit of a reminder as to what is in that amazing Kingfisher collection. Launched today. The Showstopper is still available. Everything Sara was just showing you there, you can still get your hands on, but just be quick if you want the Showstopper with the bonus buy as well. If you're going for that paper bonus buy, you need to be in swiftly for that, because that is dwindling stock-wise. Thank you as well for all the lovely comments coming through. When we left a few moments ago with Lily, she was in the midst of a Twas the Night Before Christmas demo. We've not moved. I mean, we have moved, but I mean, we've not done anything else to that particular demo, so we could come back and finish it off. So you were using the beautiful Christmas Eve stamp set, and you were just about to make, were you making a dome-fronted card?
I certainly was, yeah. We will continue with that. So all we've done in terms of layering the card up is we've just layered our card base. So nothing particularly out of the ordinary with this. We've just taken papers here from the Sara Signature Snow Queen collection. We've layered that onto craft card, and then that's going onto our card base. But now we're going to work on that dome section. So we're starting off with a piece, again, the B side of paper here. This is from the Sara Signature, I always forget the name of this one, Winter Sparkle from last year. That lovely sort of frosted cracked ice effect. And for this piece, we've cut this down to 6 inches by 4 1/4. And then we're going to bring in another piece of that beautiful paper that we used laid onto our card base. This time exactly the same height, so 6 inches, but width-wise this time a little bit longer. It's going to be 5 3/4. So all we've done is we've scored in at 1/4 of an inch either side, left and right. And this is going to wrap around our background piece to give us that lovely dome front. But before we do that, we've cut a aperture into the centre. We just want to add a frame around that aperture just to draw that eye in a little bit more. We're going to be matting and layering our dome front piece onto some craft card. So it's just going to get that sort of design flowing so everything's working together, and it's going to draw our eye into that dome front of our card. So just a thin little bit of our tacky glue all around the edge of there. Fine tip glue applicator, as always, an absolute must-have when it comes to anything intricate, anything fine that we've got to glue down. It's just going to give you that precision, nice and easy to glue down something even as delicate as this. Again, with tacky glue, don't matter whether it's in the big bottle or whether it's in your fine tip glue applicators, you'll have that little bit of wiggle room. So I'm just taking a moment to position this exactly where it needs to go. And once I'm happy that I'm lining up that aperture just so it's perfectly onto there with that frame, then I can just press down my frame onto there just like so. Then let's take, before we mat and layer our blue piece onto our craft card, we want to wrap around our dome front piece. So we're going to do that first. We're going to stick one side at a time. So just for speed, I'm going to use some of my tape pen. It will be perfectly strong enough, it'll stick this brilliantly. If I was at home, I'd use my Collal glue, either tacky or all-purpose, but it does just take a moment to grab. So for that instant grab and stick and hold, we're going to go in with some of our tape pen. Of course, you could be using your red liner tape as well. So one side we're going to fold over the back of that piece, line that up and fold it down. And then just before I fold this other side, I'm going to start to almost like train the card a little bit. So breaking down the fibres of that card just to start to bend it into that dome shape. So it's going to have that natural curve then around that dome front. And then once we're happy that we've started to break down those fibres, we've started to bring in that shape onto our dome there. Let's go ahead and do exactly the same with the other side. So some glue onto the inside of that little tab that we've got there, and then we're going to line that up. The fold is going to be lined up with the edge of our back piece, and then we're just going to stick that down, and that gives us that lovely dome front to our card.
Amazing.
So it's not exactly a dome card, I suppose. It's like more like a dome topper, if you like.
Yeah.
But same sort of idea. Then that's just going to go onto our mat and layer. So I'm going to actually pop the tape onto my craft card just because it's a little bit easier than popping the tape onto the back of there with it not being a flat piece. But of course, if you were using your all-purpose, you could absolutely get the glue on the back of there nice and easy. So let's take this piece, line it up. Our craft card piece is 1/4 of an inch larger than that frosted ice piece that we matted and laid our dome front behind. So it's going to give us that 1/4 of an inch craft card border all around this piece. So let's just burnish that into position. Then that's going to go onto our card base. So bringing back in our card base, I think we're going to use a little bit of our foam tape onto the back of there just to make sure this is going to stand proud from our card base. So few pieces of our foam tape, making sure that we've got a piece in the middle just for that stability so we don't get a dip in the middle of this topper here. So it's going to be nice and strong and sturdy. Peeling the backs of these sections off, and this is quite a simple card in design, nice and easy to put together, but when you've got items like this at such an amazing price, it's going to be absolutely fantastic to be adding these items to your crafty stash and getting crafting with these. And it is completely timeless artwork. When we're talking about the Twas the Night Before Christmas collection, although we brought this to you a few years ago, you can see I'm using it alongside a paper that we brought to you this year and a paper that we brought to you last year as well. So it's showing how you can sort of be mixing and matching your different collections from over the years together.
Yeah.
And they're going to all work together beautifully, which I absolutely love. So now we're bringing back in that topper that we coloured. So we used the Christmas Eve stamp from the Twas the Night Before Christmas collection. We coloured it using some of our tri-blend pens, and then we've just got some of our foam tape onto the back. We're going to nestle this inside our dome front. So they're looking out the window, and this is almost like we're looking at them through a window, if you like.
Yeah.
I think this sort of card style works quite nicely with that particular image. So that's nestled behind there, just like so. Then I've taken some of my 3D topper pads that we brought to you last year. I've just decoupaged up this lovely little collection of bells using some of my foam pads to decoupage that up, and that's going to go on that top left-hand corner just as a little bit of an embellishment onto there. Then finally, to finish it off, to balance that detail on the top right, a little bit of detail there onto the bottom right-hand corner with a little sentiment stamped as part of the stamp set with all the verses that you get in this collection. That's where that sentiment's come from. Just a foam pad behind there. Once again, cutting it out is exactly the same nesting dies that we use for the aperture. And there it is, lovely dome front card using that fantastic Sara Signature Twas the Night Before Christmas collection. A few papers that you might have picked up over the past couple of years as well, all from different Sara Signature collections. But how gorgeous is that image? Just so magical. There's something so evocative about that particular stamped image.
So beautiful. Sweet Imp says the collection is stunning. The window says Gaz looks stunning as well. It's a fantastic collection. When it was here in its entirety, amazing. But I think actually, you know, to get as much as you have of this collection of what we've got left, a 6-piece collection at this price is absolutely incredible. And you know what? Don't just think about potentially making Christmas cards with this year. Think of, you know, decorating boxes. You know, think of home decor pieces. Maybe think about, you know, decorating the Christmas table if you wanted to maybe create your own mats or coasters to go under crackers. To go under your serviettes, however you wanted to do it. I think these would look absolutely brilliant. Let's have a look at all of the stamps that you are going to get within this set. You've got your Christmas tree, stocking. Love this again because you could build up your own scene there as well. The fact that you've got your little hearth in there, you've got your stocking. Love that little tree. And I always remember this now because we always used to forget every time we had this collection on when we had it in full. It was like, what are they again? What are those little things? Sugar plums.
Sugar plums?
Yeah.
Oh, there you go.
Yeah.
Interesting. But makes me think of all the different sorts of fruit and veg you have at first part of a Christmas dinner.
Oh yeah? What do you have?
Oh, honestly, we have the absolute works when it comes to roastings, when it comes to vegetables. You have to have your roast veg, so you've got your parsnip, your beetroot, your butternut squash maybe, obviously your roast potatoes as well.
Ooh.
Then boiled veg, maybe a bit of cauliflower, a bit of broccoli.
Oh yeah.
But then the one you have to have, sprouts. Love them.
Do you love sprouts?
Absolutely love them, sprouts.
Yes!
Honestly, I am absolutely over the moon because a certain supermarket that does a Super 6 at the moment,
Yeah.
they've got sprouts on the Super 6. And it makes Lily very happy because I love sprouts. I love them boiled, I love them roasted. And do you know what? Controversial. I also love them raw.
Oh, raw?
Mm-hmm. Beautiful. Absolutely beautiful.
Sorry, I mean, so I love sprouts, right? And I love sprouts with chestnuts.
Oh, I love chestnuts. So happy they're back in the shops, honestly.
I'd be quite happy to have, when I do, after Christmas, I continue eating sprouts till about March and have them in a bowl with like a bit of salt and pepper and cheese on top. But how do you eat a sprout raw? Like in a salad, do you mean?
Yeah, just literally I'll eat it raw. Like you might have raw carrot sticks. Just eat sprouts raw. I think they're lovely. I'm sure there's somebody that agreed with me, but maybe not, but yeah. Chestnuts is another one. Chestnuts, oh my goodness. I only discovered last year how much I liked them. They are very nice. Nicola, you need to try them. They are beautiful. I describe them. I don't know if they're anything like anything else, but they're lovely.
They're quite, got quite an earthy taste to them.
Yeah.
Maybe a bit sort of,
not like mud, Nicola, thank you. I might eat raw sprouts, but mud is a bridge too far, even for me.
I think they're more in the sort of flavour of sort of mushroomy, but not. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
That sort of earthy.
Slightly nutty, slightly mushroomy. Yeah.
But they're gorgeous.
Very, very nice. Yeah.
One thing I love as well, I know I've completely gone off tangent here, but obviously you can buy them and then you tray roast them with like your sprouts and whatnot. But it's nice if you go to any of those Christmas fairs and you get like the vendors like selling the chestnuts roasted on an open fire.
Yeah. You buy the ones I buy are just in a packet ready to eat from the same supermarket that's got the Super 6 sprouts on. You just literally buy a pack like you would dried fruit or nuts or anything like that. You can just buy a pack and eat them straight from the pack.
Yeah.
Yeah, there you go, Christmas food covered. We've covered it all today.
We have.
You know, all covered.
Your Christmas is sorted with us here at Crafters TV. Yes, but there's your stockings by the fire. Then you've got this one here, which is Happy Christmas to all. Love this. Again, it comes with so many different sentiments in there. You've got actual full-on verses in there, and you've got the full-on verse when it comes to the poem about the reindeer. This is the set that Lily's just used to create that beautiful, beautiful card. Also, when you want stamps and dies to create all of the reindeer for the Twas the Night story, there you go, you've got it. So multi-stamp those, multi-cut those, create all of the reindeer with that gorgeous old-fashioned sleigh. You've got scenery stamps in there as well, and then all of the names of the different reindeer to go with it. Beautiful set of dies there to create your festive foliage, create that really beautiful focal point of a poinsettia. Of course, you've got the ability to really get into those and emboss the detail in your die cuts into the leaves and the actual petals themselves. And then you've also got your decorative frame, which again is such a handy die set to have, and actually could just be a card in total there. Cut all of those elements out, place a little sentiment or a little floral on there, and then you are away. £12 for all of that is just incredible. $16 if you're platinum. Wow. Rosalind says that is a beautiful card, Lily. Marianne Rosie on YouTube says lovely, Lily. Bianca Wolters Firma says die Karte sieht wirklich toll aus. Vielen Dank. Mary Beth Doyle on Facebook says, love that card, Lily. And, well, on the subject of sprouts, Gaz says, I love sprouts so much, they are amazing. They make me feel like a giant eating a cabbage. Yes.
Love that little analogy, yes.
Yes.
Yeah. I'm going to think of that every time I eat sprouts now. I'm a giant eating a cabbage. I'm not a giant and I'm not eating a cabbage. Well, you know, there you go.
Terry Anderson, yes, Lily, raw sprouts in a salad are fantastic.
Yes, thank you. Thank you, somebody else. They're amazing.
I'm going to have to try this.
Got to try it.
I have roasted sprouts with my dinner this evening, says Hannah. Not a fan of boiled particularly. I like them boiled. Tray roasted is beautiful with some chestnuts, stunning. Mary Beth Dawes says, I have shaved Brussels sprouts on salads.
Ooh.
You mean like
grated?
Grated.
Grated, yeah.
Sounds nice.
It does.
I can imagine them now. I'm thinking about that. Imagine them like a coleslaw or something like that. I think
yeah, if you think you have like raw cabbage, it's the same sort of thing, isn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah. There you go.
Wow. And Carolyn Zarnow says a restaurant near me broils them and then puts. Oh, here we go. That is a good question. Broiling and boiling. Yeah. Yeah, James. Nicola just says, what's the difference between broiling and boiling? And James went, it's got an R in it. Our restaurant near me broils them and then puts feta, bacon, and a salad dressing on top. Crispy and delicious. I might get some sprouts on the way home now. Well, I might have to. My Laura's out tonight, and normally she's very good, and I'm very lucky. She always makes dinner, but I said tonight, don't worry, because she's going out. So I might get some sprouts on the way home with some cheese, feta cheese on top.
Get yourself to that discount supermarket.
Yeah, Super 6.
Yeah.
We got some pictures. Here we go. This is what I'm talking about. Anne, is this the new cat? What's the cat called? Oh, Anne, send in your pic. You sent in the pic. Send in the name of your cat, please. That's a Siamese, isn't it? Yeah, absolutely beautiful. Makes me miss not having a cat, actually, because as you know, we had a little nut who passed away in February. So yeah, but she's really super cute. I need to know her name, please. Now, this is a cute face, if ever I saw one. Look at Tank.
Wowzers. He is a tank, isn't he?
Tank is a big boy there. I tell you what, but look at his cute little face. Isn't he super cute? I just want to grab his little chops and do you know what I mean? Just go, ooh. I love Tank, Shelley. Thank you so much for sending in Tank's picture. And then Sean. Hercules. He is 9 weeks old. He's an Alsatian, isn't he? Yeah. German Shepherd. How super duper cute is little Hercules, who will probably grow to the size of Hercules because they grow big, those German Shepherds, don't they? Sean, what a cutie. Make the most of the puppy days because they grow up so quickly, don't they? Bless them. And then Susie T, what's going on here?
Oh.
So Pepper is basically smacking Molly the dog around the nose, which is brilliant. Typical cat behaviour there. Again, I remember when we had little Nut and she used to sort of like, you know, sort of stroke around the dogs and sort of headbutt them and be like, oh, I love all this. And all of a sudden the claws would come out and the paw would swipe across the nose of Mac and Molly, bless. And then, oh, here's Susie's other cat. This is Boots. Is Boots in a big bed there? It's a cat. Oh, yes, a cat, like a cat house. Yes, Boots is in the cat house, which is brilliant. Looking very relaxed. Obviously sat watching me and Lily here on Crafters TV.
Of course.
And then Terry, we all know this little face here. Bailey's a cowgirl. Are you joking me? Apparently Belly says howdy, partner. Hello,
Howdy.
Bailey. Bailey! Come on! Oh, I love pet pics. I really enjoyed that. Thank you for sending those in. It's Friday. What are you going to do? It's a Friday night. Come on, everybody. Lots of love coming in for all the pets. Tank getting a lot of love as well. What a cutie Tank is. And Boots apparently is up in the corner watching TV. Well, thank you, Boots. Thank you, Tank. Thank you, Bailey, and the rest of you for appearing in our little pet gallery there. Love that. And of course, Hercules. Anyone else think of what's that Eddie Murphy movie? Is it The Nutty Professor? I'm sure that is. Hercules. Someone will tell me. Anyway, Sara Signature Collections, you want another absolutely super duper price? Go on then, you can have it. There it is. An £80 $99 bundle for £18.40 or $23.20. That is a bigger than 70% saving on this set, which is quite simply remarkable. You are going to get within this set, 7-piece set, 8 dies, 10 butterfly charms, 40 resin brads and more. And I think you're going to get some of the best pieces from this particular collection when you consider you've got your perfect papillon, which is all of these dies, which of course you can use individually of each other should you wish to. But then when you use them all together, piece them up, you are going to create, well, as it says on the actual thing, perfect papillon. Really stunning. Use the different colours to create all of the different layers of that butterfly. This here, and I might be wrong in saying it, but I can't think of any other collection where we've done a double-sided die. No. I think it might just be this one. Yeah. So yeah, patented technology within this collection. We're the only company that does those double-sided die. So one die, pass that through. Obviously, you will need your double-sided plates if you don't already have those. We can check and see if they're still in stock. If we can have a little look, Nicola's going to have a look for us. But you will need those to go with this. But look, one die. So you've got your detail on this side. If I can lift it up, and then the other side, you can get the double-sided plates, which is good. So you're going to get that cut one side, that cut another side in one pass. You've created that beautiful butterfly focal point. Then you're going to get in this set a beautiful edgeable, that opulent edge again, working fantastically well with the other items that you've got in this set. But again, just a very sort of generic edgeable, which will work across whole hosts of different collections, as will that frame as well. Really, really handy frame to have to work across multiple collections. We're then going to give you your roll of lace too. That elegant lace, of course, is all of those stunning butterflies. Again, think about, you know, if you wanted to add a bit of colour to that, you could do, taking your pens into it to really bespoke that for any particular project that you're working on. Then you've got your charms. I'll show you, actually, let me get them out of here, because I think a few have fallen off my board. You're going to get 2, 4, 6, yeah, 10 beautiful butterfly charms in there. I'm kind of thinking, like, I mean, yeah, obviously, if you wanted to make jewellery with these, you could do. I mean, if you're popping these on a project, it's going to have to be a very special person, isn't it, to receive one of those on a project, as it will be. Or that's a very good point. You could also make a charm bracelet, of course, to go with a vintage butterfly styly card. And you've also got in this set your 40 resin brads too. I really love these, and you'll have to get in super duper close because actually inside, yes, James.
Oh yeah. You've
got the butterflies encased in that brad. I think those are absolutely brilliant. 40 of those, 10 of your charms, all the stamps and dies, and that roll of lace to go with it as well for £18.40 or $23.20. Absolutely incredible. And I'll tell you what, again, the price, yeah, just, well, knock it out the park, really. If you haven't yet got this, and I'm telling you about everything tonight, it is definitely a collection that you need to go for because florals, Lily, butterflies, it's kind of like your bread and butter when it comes to craft, isn't it really?
Absolutely. Anything that's got flowers on, anything that's got butterflies on is an absolute winner for me. So this collection is right up my street. That vintage style is absolutely gorgeous, but because we're not selling the papers as part of that collection, it's completely up to you what style you're going to go with when it comes to this range. Maybe you want to go vintage, maybe you still have some of those papers left, or maybe you want to mix it up and go a little bit more modern. We're giving you the freedom, that opportunity to mix and match any sort of papers, any sort of cardstock you've already got in your crafty stash alongside these fabulous stamps and dies. So what we're going to do is going to create a card using a paper pad that might be quite familiar, but we'll go on to the paper pad in just a moment. We're going to start off with a little bit of die cutting first up though. So we've got some cream cardstock here, and what we're going to do is we're going to cut out that beautiful largest frame from our frame die set and that opulent edge as well. So cutting both of those all in one pass through our die cutting machine. Now I'm not going to use any of the papers from this collection, I'm actually going to use the papers from that brand new Kingfisher collection, but in true style for this show, we're not going for the A side. No. We're going for the B side.
This is the B side show.
Isn't that the most gorgeous colour that we've got on today? It's like an emerald green. You've got those gold colour tones onto there that you can see. So it's going to work perfectly with the cream. I'm going to bring in a little bit of gold a little bit later on as well. So you can see that gorgeous lacy detail, so intricate this frame, beautiful detail within that die. But one pass through the machine and you can see that has cut absolutely perfectly with no problem whatsoever. Same with the opulent edge. Once again, super, super fine, super detailed die. So it's going to give you that real look of finesse, that really intricate and delicate feel to all of your projects. So let's just pop this out. I have to say I do like cream card. I think it looks super elegant, super pretty. So what we're going to do is we're just going to trim down left and right. Because it's an edgeable die, it only cuts around that top edge and it stays that bottom edge within the cardstock. So it allows you to have that piece at the top there as long or as short as you so choose. That's totally your choice. So what we're going to do now is we're going to start to layer our card together. So we've got our card base that we've done in cream. Then we've got a couple of mats and layers from the gold card, that satin card, and then we've also got that beautiful pattern paper from the hummingbird as well. I'm going to lay these two together first, and then we're actually going to add our beautiful edge, almost as like a header to our card, to give it a really regal, almost like a tiara sort of feel at the top of our card. So nice thin matten layer here, about 1/4 of an inch of gold border around the edge, just like so. And before we stick that to our card, we're going to glue down our border. Don't worry that it's ever so slightly too long either side. I find it a lot easier to actually glue this down first and then trim it down to size afterwards. I just find you get the neatest finish by doing it that way around. So let's line that up along the top there, so we've got that little bit poking through, just like so. Burnish that down just to make sure that glue has grabbed onto there, and then just take a pair of scissors and trim down just like so, and exactly the same on the other end. Let's just trim down, line that up. You could of course use your trimmer or your guillotine to do that, but your scissors will do the trick as well. Then we're bringing our card base. I'm going to have this so our, almost like our header or tiara is sticking over the top ever so slightly. Doesn't that look pretty? Just something a little bit different, isn't it? Different way of using your dies to add that point of difference to those mats and layers. Let's glue this onto our card base, and that's going to be the foundation, all those mats and layers of our card good to go. At this point, let's bring back in that lovely die cut that we did using that beautiful frame die. Use a little bit of foam tape, of course, as always, onto the back. You know what I'm like, to get that bit of dimension, but I think it works particularly well when you've got something like this that's got that lovely lacy filigree detail. It casts a drop shadow underneath that detail, underneath those die cut flourishes, so it adds more interest. Adding that drop shadow is really going to draw your eye in to this beautiful card. Peel the backs off of our foam tape, and then we're just going to centralise that onto the middle of the front of our card. And then that's going to be our mats and layers and our frame all ready for our beautiful butterfly to be on the inside. Isn't that pretty? Doesn't it work nicely actually with the hummingbird papers? You would not have known that that's from the hummingbird collection, so it's showing the versatility of that range as well. So next up, we're going to do a little bit more die cutting, but this time let's use our perfect papillon. This is a fantastic, really large die set that you've got with this particular set. So you've got your large sort of base layer, which is your solid butterfly, and you can be using all 3 of these layers that I'm about to use here. You can use all 3 of them separately, so you don't have to use them as that layered feature every single time. You can use them separately, giving you lots more options when it comes to this die set. So our middle one, we're going to cut from some green pearl card, and funnily enough, that pearl card was actually from the Sara Signature Snow Queen Pearl collection. So if you got that card, and that's exactly what I'm using for that middle layer. And then that top layer of detail, the most fine and filigree layer, sort of like the skeleton layer of that butterfly, we cut from that same lovely satin card, that gold satin. So we're going to run these through, and then it's just going to be a case of layering these up together.
Nice. Lots of love for the charms coming through. Rosalind says that she'll be using those in her scrapbook pages.
Oh yeah, good idea.
Where do you tend to use charms in your craft?
Do you know what, the way I tend to use them the most is actually in the centre of a bow. Just covering the knot of a ribbon bow. I think they work really nicely.
That's a nice
onto
idea.
there, yeah.
Yeah.
It just finishes off your bows that little bit more professionally. But they're great for jewellery. If you're making earrings, can you imagine those butterflies made into earrings? They'd look absolutely gorgeous, wouldn't they?
Yeah.
I mean, perfect for a Christmas gift. Maybe you're going to decorate the card using butterflies, and then you're going to bring that decoration through to the gift as well. I think there's always something.
Is that tacky glue, hot glue gun job, isn't it? With
Absolutely, yeah.
charms?
Yeah, any sort of charm, I tend to go in with my hot glue gun. You just get that instant grab, and you know it's going to stick it nice and firm. So we've got our 3 layers. Let's just move all of our die cut bits out of the way. I have to say I'm liking this colour combination. It's not what I usually go for, green, cream and gold. I think it works quite nicely actually.
It does work, yeah, really well.
There we go. Right, all we need to do is layer these 3 up. So our base layer is that most solid one. And then the middle layer, our green layer, all we're going to go ahead and do is add some of our tacky glue onto this layer and start to build up our gorgeous butterfly. But I mean, butterflies are timeless, aren't they? Let's be honest.
Well, yeah, absolutely. And as I said earlier in the week, when I first got into this crazy world of craft, all those years ago, always told, like, if you had, like, you know, flowers and butterflies at your disposal, you're pretty much good to go, aren't you?
Yeah.
As far as, you know, whatever the project might be. And the other thing, I remember, first thing I always learned, butterflies brilliant for kind of covering up a boo-boo.
Oh, yes. Our crafty boo-boos. Butterflies are an absolute saviour for that. So pretty little butterfly, stick it over the top and it will cover up quite literally a multitude of sins.
Yeah.
But I mean, isn't this a statement? Bold butterflies, gorgeous.
Yeah, it's incredible. The 3 different layers that you've got, and like you said, the way that you've used those different colours, use a different cardstock to create something which is going to be a real focal point. I just can't believe, again, the value for money that you're getting across this set. All of the dice. I think you've got, you know, obviously you don't have the cardstock and paper anymore from this set, but as far as the elements are concerned, you've got some of the best elements from this collection at a smashed down price. What we saving there? $56.93 or nearly $70.
Amazing value.
Definitely worth. Hey, as well, if you're shopping for anyone for Christmas as well, what a time.
Oh gosh, yeah.
Getting these in your basket.
Absolutely, yeah. But I can't believe we've still got in stock the things like the charms, you've got your brads, you've got your gorgeous lace as well. Can't believe we've still got all of those consumables in stock. So I'm thinking, maybe if you're like me and we're lucky enough to get this collection when it launched, you'll probably run out of the charms, you'll probably run out of the brads and all those consumable elements. Why not buy another collection, quite frankly, at that price?
Yeah.
Keep the consumables for yourself and then gift the other items. Because if you've got this collection already, you'll know how fabulous it is. So if you've got a crafty friend you can gift those tools to, the stamps and the dies and all of those items you've already got, then absolutely, I think that'd be a great way to go.
Yeah, absolutely right. And the same again, I mean, we're not going to get a chance to probably show you all the different collections, but we've got Country Lane, we've got Bohemian, we've got the Enchanted Dreams collection, Frosty and Bright. So if you do go to the shop the show page, you'll be able to see all of them. And I've just been told as well, we will look at the kits that we don't get round to demoing on pictures very shortly indeed, so you get a bit of a sense of the deals that we've got. So yeah, what a day. Whilst it has been all about the brand new collection of the Kingfisher, it is also, I think, all about picking up these Signature Collection selections at incredible prices. Also, if you go on the web, you'll find a last chance saloon section of Sara's Signature bits and pieces, so it's always worth having a bit of a look through. It's worth your time just kind of like scrolling through, because there are some absolute gems of deals to be picked up. Things like your vintage diary are included in there. Oh, Once Upon a Time.
Wow.
That's when was that? That was 2 years ago? Maybe?
Once Upon a Time was this year.
No, it wasn't.
Yeah, it was.
Once Upon a Time?
Time flies. There you
Wow.
go.
Dancing Dragonflies, that was...
That was last year.
Well, I'll shush. Vintage Butterflies?
It was not this February, the February before. I don't know why I always remember it's February. No idea, but yeah, strange, very strange.
That is gorgeous though. Very sort of wedding-y in colour, that.
Yeah, but so simple to put together. All you've used is a border at the top, one of your frames, your butterfly, and I've just popped a little sentiment on there. Smile, you got this. And super simple card, but I think the colourways is what makes it look so opulent. But it shows as well how you can be using the papers from that brand new Kingfisher collection alongside your vintage butterfly. Birds, butterflies, they're all working together in perfect harmony.
They are. We've got them all for you tonight. Vintage Butterfly 7-piece selection. 8 dies, 10 butterfly charms, 40 resin brads, and of course you've got the lace included in there as well. The colour combination, Lily, is stunning, says Roseanne Carbone. Beautiful card. And Eleanor Swing Jones says that is a really big butterfly. It is big statement butterfly, and the fact that you've got the different layers there as well to create that 3D effect, I just think is incredible. Lots of love for the charms. If you haven't yet got this collection, what a night to pick it up. £18.40 or $73.20. I think across a lot of the collections that we've got on the show tonight, you're saving over 70%. Twas the Night, Country Lane, Enchanted Dreams, Frosty and Bright, and of course the vintage butterflies there too. And you've got over 40% saving on the Bohemian collection as well. Just to show you a few of those other items that we've got on the show as far as this masterclass is concerned. You've got the Bohemian collection. This 9-piece selection here, again, includes loads of goodies in there. You've got your Gilding Flakes kit, you've got that beautiful Bohemian fan die, you've got your Crescent Moon Dream Catcher in there. We've also included the seam binding ribbon. There's a stunning stencil in there too. Plus you've got the stamps. You've also got a gorgeous Follow Your Dreams embossing folder in there. And the vellum stackers included in there too. You talk about collections like this where the consumables have gone. You have got that available within the bundle. And again, that big discount. So 40% or just over 40% off there should be £65.91 or £83.83. So you're saving £27.91, £33.83 if you're in the US. Platinum price £30.40 or $40. We have less than 50 of those remaining in that sort of configuration of the selection. So again, if that is something which you fancy, do go relatively quickly on that one. Again, the price is insane really, isn't it? Incredible. And then you've also got the Country Lane collection. Again, this is a huge bundle of goodies. For £28 or $36, you've got, again, stamens in here. You've got beautiful dies. You've got one of the best cut and emboss folders, I think, with that beautiful gateway to the country where you've got the aperture and then the actual little gate which opens up as well. There's ribbon in there. There is beautiful edgeables. You've got another frame in there, the lace frame. You've got some dies in there to be able to create your own flowers as well, little flower forming dies. You do also get, Nicola was just asking if you get the idyllic meadow in there. You do. The idyllic meadow includes all of the different farmyard animals in like foreground, background and midground. So again, really, really great to use in conjunction with that cut and emboss folder. You've got your cottage window stamp and die set. You've got beautiful lumières and lanterns in there. And you've also got the hanging sign and vines stamp and die set, which I really love. I always call it the gateway to the swamp because it reminds me of Shrek. Do you know? No.
Absolutely, I'm with you.
Thank you, Lily. Thank you.
My favourite film, as Nicola knows.
So good. You've got your perennials in pots as well. So again, a selection of 7 different stamps and then the dies to go with them to be able to cut out all of the different pots. I know I said the Twas the Night Before Christmas was the deal of the show. That's up there. £130 or $160. Nah, not tonight. Save 95 quid or $114. You're welcome, everybody. £28 or $36 is your platinum price. And again, that is equating to over 70% that you're saving. But once again, not huge stocks across any of those. So do go quickly. We are going to take a short break. Thank you, everybody, for all the love coming through. Lots of love for that last project. You said a couple of pictures. A couple more pictures. Enchanted Dreams. Sorry, I'm just doing as I'm told. You said a couple of pictures, you said. Well, that's 2. This is more than a couple. So you've got your you've got your Enchanted Dreams selection. Again, in here you've got beautiful edibles. There's more butterflies in there. You've also got stamps. You're going to get your gilding flakes. There's stamens in there too. You've also got in this set actually. Well, I mentioned the stamens. You've got a beautiful set of stamps. Your whimsical textures. So there's loads of different stamps on there to create your own sort of backgrounds with. You've got that beautiful hydrangea balloon, the up and away. There's sentiments in here. There's those really huge spellbinding borders, and also the mystical frames. I mean, just a huge set of frames for you to be playing with. You've got dies to be able to create your own florals with, plus, as I've mentioned, the gilding flakes, and you're also going to receive your 9x12 flower forming foam across the colours that you can see in the centre of your screen. £19.20 for that, or $24 if you are a platinum member. And again, go quickly because not huge amounts. Love that layered butterfly, says Trish. Pretty card, says Kim. And Sarah Brown says, Sarah's still up. Still watching and loving Lily's demos and colour combinations. Thank you for sharing, Lily. You are a very talented person. Bless you, that is. And to take us to the break, thank you, Phil Watson, with the gag. Why is a hummingbird called a hummingbird? Because it doesn't know the words. We'll be back in 4.
If you love Crafters TV, we've made it easy for you to watch us wherever you are. Whether you catch us on your tablets or take us with you on your mobile phone, it's easy to watch us anywhere. From here to here. Maybe don't watch us here. It would be easy to watch us here. Probably the easiest place to watch us is here. Crafters TV, with you wherever you are.
A few weeks ago on the show, we were talking about places where all you guys lived. And we might have used Google Earth just to have a bit of a sneaky look at the village, town, or city that you lived in. And I thought it might be quite funny if I wrote a little ditty and I put on my Facebook page, where do y'all live? And I'll put your towns and cities and village into my little song. But I didn't realize that there would be about 425 responses. So I'm gonna cram as many places into this song as I can, but I won't get them all in. We craft everywhere, man. We craft everywhere. From over here to there, man. We craft everywhere. In crafters we've got our share, man. We craft everywhere. We craft in Lydney, Lynbrook, Launceston, Lehana, Tampa, Darlington, Almond Beach, Sedalia, Wills Point, Widnes, Wildwood, Wildham, Archer, Tackwell Lake, Walkerburn, Yate, Bay, Hesperia, Sublimity, Pinhole, Avon, Freeport, Mableton, San Jose, Enumclaw, Great Bend, Detroit, Keniston. We craft everywhere, man. We craft everywhere. From over here to there, man. We craft everywhere. In crafters we've got our share, man. We craft everywhere. Crafting Parachute, Paradise, Pollux, Papillion, Sheets of Bay, St. Petersburg, Seacon, Sutton, Saturday, Bristol, Brighton, Brooklyn, Blackpool, Barnsley, Tide Squeeze, South Shields, Tampa, Hilton, Bentley, Tampa, Villa, Tucumcari, Cary, Ottawa, Hull, Harrisburg, Lexington, Tupelo, Cincinnati, Austinburg. We craft everywhere, man. We craft everywhere. From over here to there, man. We craft everywhere. In crafters we've got our share, man. We craft everywhere. Crafting Loxahatchee, Lakesville, Lawrence, Lacey, Livermore, Albuquerque, Weeki-Wachee, Pensacola, Ellsworth Park, Mechanicsburg, Williamsburg, Rebella, Houston, Burlington, Wet Wang, Market, Drayton, Yale, Medford, Wellington, Wapakoneta, Homer, Sassa, Santa Rosa, Wichita, Honolulu, Riverdale, Melbourne, Commerce, Fentanyl. We craft everywhere, man. We craft everywhere. From over here to there, man. We craft everywhere. In crafters we've got our share, man. We craft everywhere. Crafting Newton Abbey, Richmond, Dudley, Georgetown, East Kilbride, Eugene, Ferrum, Rhinewood, Walkerstown, Newarheim, Fort Wayne, Gloucester, Chester, Long Beach, Raphael, St. Dominic, St. Cloud, St. Augustine Beach, Sand Springs, Romford, Tulsa, Traverse City, Wesley Chapel, Ballarat, Medina, Ramble City. We craft everywhere, man. We craft everywhere. From over here to there, man. We craft everywhere. In crafters we've got our share, man. We craft everywhere. Crafting Sawbrook and Tucson, Kissimmee, Philadelphia, Chicago, Las Vegas, Biloxi, Latte, Elmira, Glendale, Scottsdale, Anchorage and Hurtville, Seattle, Gold Canyon, Ipswich, Cumberland, Unionville, Toledo, Miami, Atlanta, Cleveland, Gold Canyon, Altoona, Calounda, Port Orange, Clover, Rising Sun. We craft everywhere, man. We craft everywhere. from over here to there, man. We craft everywhere. In crafters we've got our share, man. We craft everywhere. And there's a few more places I didn't manage to get into the song. West Runton, Newcastle, Kingswood, Sandbach, Carlisle, Bewdley, Albury, Durham, Springfield, Ashington. We craft in Greenville, Lincoln, Nebraska, Sumter, Oak Park, Winchester, Knapp Hill, Stoke-on-Trent, Mount Pocono, Greenville, Charlotte, Oxon Hill, Tunbridge Wells, Modesto, Haverhill, Sierra Vista, Arecibo, Morgantown, O'Fallon, Aurora, Black Forest. We craft in Hermiston, Brownsburg, Henderson, Socorro, Fort Myers, Manningham, Hilliard, Farmingdale, East Moline, Summers Point, Calgary, Charleston, Sawston, Malden, Galloway, Fitchburg, Hopewell, Aberdeen, Winstead, Castlewood, Chatsworth, Limestone, Victoria, Willoughby, Rockland, Canton, Falmouth, Conestoga, Lyndhurst, Ashbourne and Cluj-Napoca. Oh yeah.
Welcome back, everybody. Thank you for checking out your carts, checking out your baskets. We have got 20 minutes left on your Friday, well, live shows. Don't forget you can head over to YouTube and continue watching our 24/7 stream on Crafters TV. And of course, we'll be back with you live tomorrow morning. We've got just enough time to squeeze in one more demo and then get all of the votes done. Oh, it's going to be a tough one tonight. It's not only tough on this show, but then also later on, demo of the day, Lilly versus Sara.
I haven't got a chance, let's be honest.
You always say
come on
that.
Now. It's Sarah.
You always say
No,
that.
I'm not going to beat Sarah.
You always say that. Have more faith in yourself. We're going to look at the Wild at Heart collection. What I'll do, because we need to get timings right here, let's set Lilly off on a demo and then we'll go through everything because it's a huge collection to go through. So we'll do that after your demo. What are you going to make for us?
I'm going to do a little bit of a Z-fold card.
Nice.
You know I love a Z-fold card, so let's put a Z-fold together with this particular collection.
Yeah.
Now, if you did see that launch of our core card on Tuesday, you might have noticed we're bringing to you 12 by 12 inch white cardstock, 250 GSM, which is ideal if you like creating your 6 by 6 inch card bases like I do. Because all I've done here is I've literally just chopped that sheet in half so it measures 6 inches by 12 inches. Then all we've gone ahead and done is we've scored at 3 and 6, and that gives us our fold back element just like so. We've also taken a slightly thinner strip, which is about 1 3/4 inches, that we've cut down, again 12 inches in length, and that's going to give us our Z fold element to our card. We're going to leave that to one side for just a moment and start to mat and layer up our main card base. So from the collection, I'm using some of these 6 by 6 papers. So then we're going to mat and layer that onto some of that gorgeous luxury card. Here we've got that beautiful sort of fuchsia magenta colour of your glitter card. Super, super elegant, super luxurious. Absolutely love that cardstock. So let's layer that paper onto our card just like so. How gorgeous is that? That little bit of glitter, picking out the gorgeous peony flowers that we've got in that paper, and everything is going to work together absolutely gorgeously. Then we're going to adhere this to our card base. So this larger mat and layer is going to go into that back section. I think with this one, it's one of those that's kind of unidirectional, that print, so you can have it any which way you choose. And I love that as well, because I think you get an awful lot more from each and every single sheet. You can literally use up every scrap that you've got of that paper, because you know that every side is going to work. Doesn't matter whether you use it landscape, portrait, completely up to you. All of those different orientations of that paper is going to work. So that's our mat and layer for the inside. We've done exactly the same for the mat and layer for the front. That same pattern paper just cut down and then once again matted onto some of that lovely glitter card. And then that's just going to go onto that left-hand side of our card base. Something a little bit just like so. I'm going to leave that to one side for just a moment though, and that's where we're going to bring back in that Z-fold part. So we're going to go onto our card just like so. But what we're going to do is we're actually going to bring in one of those fabulous dies that we've got as part of the collection, this one being our delicate lace. What we're going to do, you'll notice with this die, at the top there's no cutting edge there, it just cuts around the bottom. So very much like the opulent edge we used on that last demonstration, it will just cut along that bottom section there. So all the cardstock we've got at the top is actually going to stay within it, it's not going to cut out.
Yeah.
All we do is we tape down our die onto that top section there, lining up the crease, that first crease of the card with that bottom area of the die, and then we're just going to run that through our die cutting machine, and that's going to cut that beautiful border into that folded part, that Z-fold piece of this particular card base. Like I was saying earlier, that core card is absolutely amazing that we launched on Tuesday.
Yeah,
do check out the website for that. We've got our carded envelopes, we've even got cello bags, as well as our packs of card. For me, one of my top shouts, alongside this fabulous 12x12, has to be that A4 linen card in the white. That is, for me, an absolute must-have. So the fact that we've got a bumper pack of that, for me, is absolutely fantastic. So definitely do check out the website for all of that card. Time to stock up on the essentials, that is for sure. So what we've got here is we have got our Z fold section, that first part of that Z fold, so cut into that left-hand side edge there. Then all we've done ahead of time is we've just repeated that. So we've flipped it over, we've die cut on the reverse, and then that gives us our Z fold part. So on that front side, we've die cut on that side, and the side where we've got the double score onto there, we've just die cut on the other side. So we've die cut on opposite sort of sides of our card stock, and that's going to give us our Z fold element for our card base. But before we stick that down, I'm going to do a little bit of inking in just a moment, but I want to ink all the same pieces together at once. So what we're going to do is we're going to take some of those beautiful nesting frames that you also get included in the collection. Oh so glam.
Yeah.
We've cut the larger square from our glitter card and then the smaller square from our white multi-purpose.
Okay.
Now let's bring in that embossing folder, that gorgeous, perfect print 3D embossing folder. And all we're going to do is we're going to run this through our die cutter machine and actually emboss this section to give it a little bit more interest. 3D embossing folder with this one, which means you need your base plate. I always call it a clear cutting plate, although they are quite clearly no longer clear. But your cutting plate on the bottom, then you just need your sandwich with your card and your embossing folder in the middle. Then over the top, you just need your magnetic shim and that frosted plastic shim. And you can see there we've got that extra bit of texture, that extra bit of depth and interest onto that section there.
Lovely.
Now to start to bring this to life a little bit more, we're going to bring in one of our inks. Now these shimmer inks are part of the collection, so you're not having to buy any other ink pads or source them from the website. These gorgeous shimmer inks are included as part of this range. This one being that beautiful raspberry. And what we're doing is we're taking our blending tool, just one of our square that again quite clearly is not square. We've had this debate many times, but there's nothing square about that. Very, very clearly a rectangle.
Definitely a rectangle.
Definitely. I mean, maths was never my strong suit, but I'm pretty sure that is not a square. I wonder if Nicola thinks they were going to change the name.
I seem to remember that conversation as well. That was probably a year back though.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was a while ago.
I'm not being funny though if they did change the name. I'd be really quite sad. I don't know about you guys at home if you feel the same, but I'd be like, oh, yeah, it just would not be the same, would it? Certainly would not be the same. But anyway, we're going in now onto that lovely Z fold section that we just die cut to add a little bit of colour. It's going to take that starkness off. It's going to give it a little bit of shine as well, with it being that beautiful shimmery finish to these ink pads. And it's going to get everything tying together beautifully. So we've got the ink onto our frame. Now we're going to have the ink onto our Z fold piece as well. So let's just pop that onto there, just like so, nice and easy to actually add your ink onto that. Then let's start to layer our card base together. So let's bring back our card and then let's pop our Z fold onto there. I'm going to position our frame, so I think that will work quite nicely to have that around there. I might add a little bit more ink just to the top section of our Z fold bar, just to take the whiteness off that top edge as well. So let's pop that onto there. Always working in circular motions when it comes to your inking. It's going to give you that smoothest lay down of colour with your ink. So just popping that in our circular motions onto there.
Yeah.
Then we don't need to stick this full section. We just need to work out where we need to glue. So we need a bit on the left and then a bit on this right hand side there. So let's take our tape pen. Any sort of glue will work perfectly with this being a regular smooth cardstock. Like I say, 250 GSM when it comes to this fantastic new 12x12 pad that we are using here. Lining that up alongside that bottom section there, getting it nice and straight and level, then just opening it up to make sure it's all working perfectly. And there we go, looking okay to me. Then let's bring back our frame. We've got our two sections that we're going to stick together. So let's bring in, as always, a little bit of foam tape to lift our smaller rectangle proud from our larger lacy rectangle. So a few bits of foam tape onto the back of there, and even through our glitter card, you can see how detailed that die is, but even through that thick glitter card that's obviously a coated cardstock, it's cut like an absolute dream.
Yeah.
And you can still see all that gorgeous lacy detail. Could even perhaps be threading some ribbon or...
Oh, that's a nice idea, actually.
Yeah, really, really thin ribbon, or maybe some embroidery thread that you've got. I think that would work really nicely through there if you want to enhance that look and feel a little bit more. So for this, we need to make sure that we don't sort of overglue it. We need just a little bit on that left-hand side and then just a bit along the bottom as well, just to make sure that we don't actually stick our card together. I mean, we've all been there, we've all stuck our cards together and we've tried to open it and it's like, oh dear, I've sealed that shut. Never a good thing, is it? So just make sure you don't add too much adhesive. So just a bit on that left-hand side and then a bit along the bottom as well. Now let's line that up. So we've got that straight onto there and it's still opening like our Z fold card. Then what we've done is we've taken one of the gorgeous shoe dies. So let's show you how easily these cut. This is the What a Girl Wants.
Yeah.
Of course we want a pair of shoes is what a girl wants. Not just a single shoe, we want a pair of shoes. So we've already got one cut. So let's go ahead and cut a couple more. Taking this time a little scrap of cardstock or paper from the 6x6 pad for that base section, and then the outer detail it's going to lay over the top. We're going to cut that from, once again, blimey me, certainly is a scrap, that one. Ooh, close.
Just about on there, is it?
Just about. Phew, definitely take that one down. But once again, that's that same luxury cardstock that comes as part of that 12x12 pad. So you can see we've got the same mats and layers, got the same sorts of cardstock that we're using for our die cutting as well. So it's showing how collections are going to help you in terms of your colour coordination, in terms of getting all your cardstock matching. Because you're not having to worry, you're not having to look elsewhere in your crafty stash for different cardstocks, for different papers. You know everything is going to match together absolutely perfectly. Let's take all of the pieces out, and even with it being such a tiny little die and a very, very detailed die design that we've got onto there, and very lovely glittery cardstock, you can see it's still cutting through there absolutely perfectly. It's just a case of poking those pieces out, whether you prefer to use a pokey tool, maybe you favour using the die brush tool, or being a little bit naughty and bagging your dies, as I know some of our craft experts do. Obviously, I would never do that. I have to say, I try not to do it at home, but I do it from time to time. So then let's bring in a little bit of tacky glue and start to layer these together. I find something like a tacky glue or a dotty tape pen is going to be ideal when you've got this level of detail onto a die, just like so. It's just little dots of glue. It's not one of those where you've got to completely add glue all over the reverse, just in sort of tactical areas so you know it's going to grab nicely onto there. You can, of course, if you've got things like your double-sided adhesive sheets, or maybe you've even already got that Xyron machine that we brought you in the past, you can, of course, be using those sorts of systems and actually turning these kind of into stickers if you want that adhesive on the back already. So let's just layer these together. We're going to have a few foam pads onto the reverse of these. We're going to have them layered together onto our card base.
Not wishing to hurry you, but we've got to do 2 votes in the last, like, 6.5 minutes.
We're nearly there. We'll be there. Give us a minute. It's quite a quick card, but it's coming together nicely. Just a few more extra embellishments to pop on. So let's get our shoe onto that left-hand side, something like that, I think. And then let's bring in our other shoe. Let's pop that over the top. So again, another foam pad over that top edge there, just like so. And then all it's going to be a case of doing, just to finish it off, is bringing in one of our sentiments. And as you'll have seen, as Ben will be flicking through these pads a little bit later, you get the fabulous sentiments included as part of the collection. So just chop into your paper pads and you've got your sentiment all done and good to go. So we've gone for You're a Star, matte and layered onto some more of that paper, that gorgeous cardstock even, and that's going to go on that top left-hand corner just like so. Quick and easy, using a few elements from the collection. Absolutely love a Z-fold card though.
Let's get that vote going because we've got 2 to do. So do you want to line up all your makes, Lily?
Yep.
And then we'll get voting.
All done. Right, okay, let's go in first off with our Nature's Garden Kingfisher collection. That is going to be demo number 1. So our new launch from today. Demo number 2, we've gone all Christmassy with our Twas the Night Before Christmas.
Like that.
Demo number 3, we've gone opulent with the colourways for our vintage butterflies. And then finally, the one we've just quickly popped together, our Wild at Heart, that's demo number 4. So 1, 2, 3 or 4, get those votes in. Yeah,
you've literally got about 2 minutes. It's going to have to be a really quick in, so get your votes in. As soon as I see a result crop up, we'll get the vote going for the demo of the day. Whilst we do that, I mean, it's going to take me, well, it'll take me longer than 5 minutes. So I'll have to go fairly quickly to go through everything you're going to get in your Wild at Heart collection. So it's sort of split into 3 mini bundles, if you like. Well, not mini bundles, but 3 smaller bundles. They're all huge. So in your essentials bundle, you're going to get all of these goodies. Just start as I pick them up. So 2 bottles of your flock. I mean, you guys absolutely loved this when we launched it. Not 2 bottles, 2 little tubs of your flock fibres. So you've got your brown and your black in there. Plenty to go around to create that really cool textured effect on all of your projects. So that's included. You're going to get your ribbon in there as well, that beautiful velvet ribbon. You're also going to receive the embellishment. So you've got all of these pearls and sort of like your faceted gems on there as well, in all of the colours which match up with all of the papers and cards that you're going to see. If I get time to show you all. Glitter paste in here too. So again, look at the colours, that beautiful glitter paste that you're going to be using, running it through your stencils, adding it as embellishments to your project. I love the chocolate brown. It's absolutely stunning. And then you get all of these. So your hardware includes your chin chin. So you've got that beautiful glass, your Prosecco glass, where you can, again, pop on that little stencil to create a really wonderful effect. There's the shoe that you've just seen. What a Girl Wants, that one is called. So you've got the outline of the shoe and then the detail to go over the top of it. You've got your handbag. It's called Fashionista, that one. And I love the fact that you get all of the different stencils there as well to be able to create whatever effect you want. That's where you're going to be using your glitter or maybe putting your flock through your stencils there too. You've got ribbons in here, so your beautiful bows. Once again, layer those up to create that stunning effect. Then you've got your Oh So Glam, which is the beautiful matte and layer dies to be able to create that frame. Love the circular sort of doily detail. You've got ribbon threading if you love doing that. You've got your ribbon threading borders in there. You're also going to be receiving, oh, here we go, your delicate lace. Pause, demo of the show. 3.
Number 3. Oh, vintage butterflies.
Oh, this is going to be tough. I will get going. So quickly, my side then. 1 is this one here, which is Sara's card from earlier. Number 1. Number 2. I would not like to have to call this. Or number 3. Good luck on the votes. You've got 2 minutes. There you go. 3, 2, 1. Vote now. Right. How long have we got left? 2 and a bit minutes. There's no way I'm going to get through all this collection, so apologies. You've got delicate lace edgeables in here. You've got your stamps and stencils in there as well. That beautiful Glamour Girl allows you to create that gorgeous eye effect. Then you can decorate it all up with the little lashes. Pop a bit of glitter on there as well. Use your flock. You've got your Roar, which is that stunning zebra effect embossing folder. Here's the one that Lily's just used as well, the perfect print. It's got that gorgeous leopard print design going through it. You've got the Wild Ones, which is that beautiful stencil, and then also in the set you have got your Stay Wild, which is all of those wonderful sentiments too. Just very, very quickly, so that's 78.40, 102.40 if you want to go for your essentials. The cardstock, again, I've got no time really to flick through all, but if you go for the card bundle, you get your 37 sheets in your 12 by 12, 1 sheet at the back with the sentiments in, and then all of these gorgeous double-sided designs with the florals and the beautiful animal print in there too. That's stunning. You're going to get that, of course, replicated in the 6 by 6. Also on top of that, you're getting your luxury linen cardstock. Again, as with the Kingfisher, which we showed you today, we specifically picked all of the colours there to work absolutely beautifully with your papers. You're going to get your beautiful luxury card pad as well. This is all about your mirror card, glitter card. You've got that gorgeous, really super fine black glitter, and then that sort of the brown in there. I absolutely love. That's all included in your luxury 12 by 12, and of course you've got your special effects cardstock in there too. £47.20 or £64.80. That is your paper pack special. And then last but by no means least, if you want to go for all of these goodies, this is your, what's this titled as? The embellishment kit. Embellishment kit brings you all of these shimmer ink pads. So you've got those 4 little, they come in little mini ones: raspberry, pout, Yas Queen. You have got wild animal. You've also got your panther and your jungle. You've got glitter included in there as well, and you've got your gilding flakes kit, which is that beautiful colour there. Demo of the day, very close between 2 and 3. 3!
No.
3!
No.
3! Oh, no, sorry.
No.
No, I've run out of demo of the show. Oh, no.
How is that now?
It's close between 2 and 3. I've got 18 seconds. I hope it's 3 now. It is, no, hang on, it's still not come through. Oh, no, it's 2. Lily, I'm so sorry.
Talk about building somebody up and then knocking them straight down.
It was close. I'll see you on Sunday if I still got my job. Bye. Oh.